What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the BallGame podcast. I'm Matt.
I'm Tom.
I'm Chris.
I'm Pete.
Sports are beautiful, sports are amazing, and sports are peaking, especially in New York. The New York Yankees are in the World Series, and the New York Liberty have won the WNBA championship.
Hell yeah, ladies.
What's that, baby?
Sports are great. We have the NBA tipping off as the WNBA concludes. We have the Yankees, as I said, in the World Series. The NFL is mid-season, and boy, oh boy, is the action crazy, insane, and all the adjectives you could throw at it. Man, I'm so excited to talk. We're going to talk a lot of NFL.
Man, I'm so excited to talk. That was corny, bro.
Well, I meant to say, so excited to talk about the NFL, but I just stumbled over my words there, and here we are. I get made fun of. So excited to talk about the NFL. We're going to talk about some of the worst teams in the NFL, some of the best teams in the NFL, and everything in between. It's going to be a fun one. Some more fantasy content for you guys as well, as we're going to build the perfect fantasy lineup with the AFC North and separately the NFC North. So
a new series. We're going to go through every division. So, 4 weeks of it, we're going to do 2 divisions every podcast. Like Matt said, the AFC and the NFC for each direction, I guess, region, whatever the hell you call that. Region? Direction.
Good enough.
yeah, region, I guess.
I'll take it.
Point made.
Yeah, so, all right, we're going to get things started.
Correlate with the map. Bro.
Nope. You got Jacksonville and
Yeah, why the
and
fuck are the
fucking-
Cowboys in the NFC East?
I don't know.
That shit makes zero
No
sense.
bro.
I don't get it. Anyways, here we go. All right, so we're going to
Who
start off.
Wait, who authorized that?
Here we go.
Yeah, that's actually like
Philly,
had no
Philly, New
idea.
York, Washington
That's
are all
crazy
like
travel,
in,
bro.
and then just phew, Dallas. Like
No, it makes
throw
NFL
Dallas
divisions
in there.
make actually no
actually no sense.
Most of,
Yeah.
like, this, most of the rest make sense. Most of the rest of them make relative sense, I would
Geographical
say.
sense?
Yeah.
All right.
But, all right, so we're going to get things started with the team that we have spoken about ad nauseum to this point. The New
What
York
about the other
Jets.
stuff? I thought we
Wait, yeah, I didn't get to. Yeah, no
we
one
don't-
else
I
got.
didn't
What?
want to dive into
You're the only one that
serious
wants to
stuff?
fucking
Yeah.
talk about anything. Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, cool.
I just want to
I
say.
didn't know if some of y'all were baseball
Bro,
guys,
you're
so
Matt-
I'm a...
Matt- Matty
You're
J-
a big baseball fan, and you have a platform to talk about.
Matty J
sports,
also
bro.
forgets that like I also like the same teams that he does.
That's
like
not what I was saying.
quite
They're,
often.
they're not big
You do it
baseball
all
guys.
the time.
I do that all the time. I know that. But they're
I've
not
been
big
watching,
baseball
bro.
guys.
I
don't even
sent a Shohei Ohtani stat in the group
Hell
chat the
yeah.
other day, bro.
Yo, people are turning around on baseball right now.
Nah,
Playoff baseball is fucking electric.
I got excited over the Stanton home run,
Oh my god.
and
That
I ain't
was-
even bet
Oh my
on
god.
Yo, there was a band at Hobart Saturday night. Me and Nick were working, so it was actually busy for once at work. Oh my god, it was the Stanton home run and the Soto home
I would
run.
have went. I didn't even think of that. Like I would have
Well,
went
it
and
was a
watched
bunch of
it.
old people for a
Oh,
band.
okay.
No one wanted to be there, but
I texted in the chat, were you guys active over there?
yeah, it was busy and the place erupted for both home runs. It was pretty cool. It was cool.
I was like, so I'm a Yankee fan. Like, I'm not a big baseball fan, but I love watching the Yankees. I watch the Yankees all the time. And watching them, like, I don't know, watching that game, first of all, what a great fucking game. Like, objectively, just
Yeah,
a
bro.
great game. And then,
dude.
like, we needed one. We needed one. And Stanton comes up to the plate and just reliable.
else?
He fucking
else?
nukes this thing. I'm in my room. I'm screaming, yeah, let's fucking go. And then game goes on, and then Soto gets up in what, to me, was maybe the greatest at-bat I've ever seen. Now, I haven't watched a lot of, I haven't watched a ton of them, but
He
I
was,
know I'm not
staying alive.
staying
He's
alive.
really staying alive.
He was staying
in that
alive,
shit,
and
bro.
then he just sends one. He cracks it, and I don't think it's been a long time since I've been overcome with emotion like that in watching one of my favorite teams.
Dude, that shit got me so excited. Like I said, I didn't even bet on
I
it.
breathed a sigh of relief. I was standing up watching it in my room, 7 inches away from my TV, and
7 inches.
you know how I know? Like,
That's
so-
actually wait, but like let's put that into perspective. That's
Shout
like,
out Sleazy,
that's actually
who
crazy.
ranked you at
Hey,
number one.
come on,
in
man.
certain
Give me
scenarios.
my
Number one,
flowers.
baby.
Give me my flowers.
King him, king him.
My boy. The Celtics are dogging us right now, but so I was standing there watching it. And he hit that home run, and I was going crazy. And then my hands were on my knees, and I was like, half bent over. I was like, oh,
Yo, you're on a roll right now. Yo,
all right, bro. Come on, you guys,
Man, I wish I was standing behind you, bro.
all right, bro. You got, like, the point is,
we're talking the Yankees. The Yankees. All right, no,
Tom's talking about something.
you guys can't, yeah. And then
my
this
bad. Let's have
fucking
a mature
guy walks
conversation.
behind me.
bad.
But no.
Adult conversation.
So
If it was Stanton, I'd let him.
right, I was relieved. Is the point I was getting? Like it was just I felt like dude. All right.
What's wrong with you?
I'm sorry.
Do you need a minute?
The last time sports had me on my hands and knees was when UNC lost in the Natty on the buzzer beater.
Did it relieve
to
you
Chris
too?
Jenkins. No, I was dead ass on my hands and knees, hysterical crying, bro. So yeah, I was on my hands and knees, not out of relief.
Oh my God.
I didn't get it good.
I
didn't get it
I
good.
was on my hands and knees. I was on my hands and knees, fully satisfied. Like obviously. Like,
Bro.
oh man.
Yo.
Shout out the Yankees. Shout
Shout out the Yankees, man. It was awesome.
As we speak, I just get an alert from Sleeper that says hashtag fix McCall's jump shot.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, oh my God, come on. Yeah, so would you like to continue your story?
I don't know if I
Your
can.
provocative
I don't
story.
know if
over
I
there?
can.
Remember,
no,
we're talking
but-
about the Yankees.
Right, but no. In all seriousness, like it was just super cool to watch watch that moment, and like all the boys were super happy. This fucking kid.
You're
You're distracting me. You're
No,
fucking
I just, like,
you're fucking
it's like
wheezing
leftover.
over there.
It's heavy breathing.
It's leftover laughs.
So he's trying not to burst out laughing.
I know.
I'm just waiting for another, no, it's no go.
Yeah, no, I'll
No,
throw
go.
you one.
Unpause.
Unpause. But yeah, no, watching the Yankees, electric. World Series, gonna be great. Let's go Yanks. This is the World Series that everyone
Dude,
wanted. Like
this is crazy.
this is
I'm
Yankees,
so
Dodgers. Come on.
I'm so happy to see a New York team like fucking do something like this. Like this is huge, bro.
Two
like
of them. Two of them things.
two of them, bro. Like New York, like we're on the fucking map right now, bro.
Hell yeah, we're getting fucking reamed out by the Celtics. But
Yeah, that
you know,
Liberty game was
happens.
wild. That Liberty game was definitely wild.
First of all, Brianna Stewart fucking traveled. Okay, like that needs to be said. She fucking
Yeah.
traveled. But
The
hey, rest in the call.
in that game were we could talk about that game. Give your thoughts on the Yankees. before
Yeah,
we
go
move
ahead.
on.
I
We'll
will.
talk about the Liberty.
Honestly, the last time the Yankees made the World Series, obviously 2009. We were 8. We were 8 years
Yep.
old. I didn't understand the gravity of the situation. Like watching the Yankees win the World Series in front of my Batman TV, sitting alone in my room, I couldn't have been happier. I was
Batman
8 years
TV.
old. Yeah, Batman TV.
I
with my-
recorded those games because I wasn't allowed to stay up and watch, so I'd rewatch that because that was when I was still playing baseball, and I
Okay.
actually thought there was maybe a chance I could be a dual sport professional
yeah.
athlete, MLB and NBA.
Yeah.
But I recorded all those games and watched them in the morning the last time the Yankees were in
Wow.
the World Series. It was past my bedtime.
Wow.
Now I don't have a bedtime the next time the Yankees make the World
Nice.
Hell
Let's
yeah.
go.
I could finally watch a World Series game live with the Yankees.
Hell
Let's
yeah,
fucking
man.
go.
So for especially with the last 15 years, like the Yankees were my first sports team that I actually fell in love with. So like there's a different connection, I guess, to the Yankees for me. So the last 15 years, like it was all heartbreak. Like the Astros broke my heart over and over again. The Red Sox, the Tigers, all the teams, the Rangers, all the teams that beat us over the last 15 years. Like to watch the guy that we got in the offseason and put all of our hopes and dreams into and pray that he comes back, by the way. 500 mil, 600 mil, a bill, 2 bill, it doesn't matter. Put a blank check in front
Statue, stadium.
Yeah, put a
Don't
blank
care.
check in front of
Give it
Juan
to him.
Soto and tell him you
Private
could write,
island, don't care.
you could write whatever the hell you want on it. It does not matter because thank God for that man and thank God for that home run and thank God for that at-bat because goddamn, that was electric. My aunt was sleeping upstairs. I was over at my cousin's house, and when I texted in the chat, I said I was screaming in lowercase. I was trying so hard not to like.
I said I was screaming in caps lock.
Screaming in lowercase.
Nothing, Pete? I was screaming in caps lock. Nothing?
What?
Nothing?
Oh no.
All right, go ahead.
Pause. Unpause.
Screaming in caps lock when he
When I was bent over and released.
from the Yankees, bro. Come on.
Pete, nothing?
Oh, my bad. My bad.
Jeez, Pete,
Yo,
come
it's
on.
crazy. You literally thought I was feeling you. What? How was it?
So I guess the moral of the story is congrats to the Yankees. I'm super happy. I
Close
can't
it
wait.
the hell out, man. Close it the hell out.
Please,
Yeah,
get this thing done.
please.
I can't take another heartbreak. And I got very lucky. I'm going to be a game one. Well, you will also be a game one with me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yes, I exist. I'm literally
Literally
going
going
with
together.
you. I'm literally
just
going
said-
with you.
That is the Matty J special.
Y'all gotta
though.
wait.
That is the Matty
You
J
gotta
special.
wait. I literally
Put it on the menu, bro. Matty J special. Like, it's free 99.
Right after I said I'm lucky to go to game one, I said with you.
Yeah, you corrected yourself because you
No,
realized you forgot me.
no, I said I'm
forgot
lucky
it.
to.
You
I
forgot
said
it. Stop,
no.
bro.
I said I'm
Stop.
lucky to go
All
to
right.
All
game
here,
one
bro.
with
Stop,
my
bro.
friend.
Stop.
Nope.
With my, yeah,
No,
you're
you said-
so
you
right.
said
That's
I-
not at all. I was correcting myself.
Bro, watch the
obviously.
film.
I just said it.
No.
You're right. I was dumb.
Oh, okay,
I'm trying to
okay.
cover my ass
All
now,
right,
but it's okay. You're right. But yes, it's gonna be sick. It's gonna
We
be
will
great.
be at game 3.
Yeah, you're
Game
right.
3 Monday.
Sorry.
We will be at
game
game 3
one
on
at
Monday.
Yankee Stadium. Game 3 overall. Yeah, I mean it's gonna be electric. I'm expecting the atmosphere to be probably the
greatest thing
craziest,
ever, yeah.
craziest thing we've ever been a
Yeah,
part of.
try
gonna
and
be awesome.
find the guys because they will hopefully be recording
Yes.
some content
Hell yeah.
We're
outside of
definitely
Yankee
going to look
Stadium.
into that.
So
I mean,
if you
all
guys
the
are
Yankee
watching and
fans-
you're going to the game, try and link up with the guys. Hit us in DM or something of that matter.
yeah, all the
yeah.
Yankee fans know exactly where to go to. What's understood does not need to be said.
Yep.
So
Billies.
let's go Yankees, baby. Let's go.
Didn't
Yankees,
need to be
baby.
said, damn it.
Moving on to the team that won something,
Did the
actually won a ring, the New York Liberty, man. I'm the
Yeah.
Liberty's biggest supporter now, as you guys can see. $160 jersey. Paid
Hot
an,
pressed.
paid an
pressed.
extra 15 beans for the finals patch on the back.
Gotta get the
I
finals
needed
patch,
it.
yeah.
I needed it. What a fuck. I was there.
Shooting tour dates.
Yeah. I was
Yeah.
I was there. I was there for all the Liberty home games. My dad was in Minnesota for game 4. But yeah, my family's a big
Big Liberty.
Liberty supporter. Shout out to my sister for, being a part of the staff with the Liberty, getting a ring.
She gets a ring now for real.
Got a picture with
crazy.
the trophy. Did you guys see that on my
Yeah,
my
yeah, I
Instagram
did.
story?
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
You know how they all take their pictures behind
Yep.
the blank canvas with the trophies when they win?
Oh,
She
that's
got her
fire.
own picture like she
That's
was on the
awesome.
team.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
no. So shout out Mackenzie doing big things. But
Oh, yeah.
what a fucking environment that was,
Dude.
bro. Like, women's sports are on the map. And just, with the surge of the WNBA this year, obviously the Caitlin Clark effect, but what a way to, end the season
Yeah.
that had, the most eyes on the sport that it's ever had. I mean, not even just game 5. I mean, I was texting that whole series was just one
Every
of the
game
one
was,
of the
yeah.
better basketball playoff series I've watched in my lifetime. Like, it was every game was down to the wire. I don't know what the total point differential was, but I'm not gonna lie, it probably wasn't any more than 20 points total.
Yeah.
The point differential, probably less than 10, honestly.
Yeah.
But that game 5 was the Barclays Center was fucking
was-
jumping, dude.
I was texting in one of my fantasy group chats for one of my fantasy teams, fantasy leagues. And I was like, bro, I had the Jets on the TV. No, I had the Yankees on the TV, Jets on the laptop, and Liberty on the phone. And they were like, oh, Liberty, whatever. And I'm like, no, you guys don't understand. Like, this game's electric.
Yankees
This
played
is-
Sunday?
Yeah.
I thought they played
No,
Saturday.
the Mets were
No,
on.
I'm sorry, the Mets. Yeah, Mets. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Jets.
So I had the Jets on the TV, Mets on the
I
laptop.
forgot the Mets played.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
unfortunately. And I was just like, no, you guys don't understand. Like, this stuff's electric. This weekend made me really appreciate sports and what we
Yes.
had. Like, it was awesome.
Oh my god.
Awesome.
That game was just what a closeout game. Like, it was
Insane.
obviously, you said it, Sabrina was shooting a tour date, but I mean, it was on both sides. I mean,
Firing away.
Nafisa
January
didn't
tour
play
date's
too
bad.
well. Like, the Lynx's best players didn't play too well either. Courtney Williams struggled. Kayla McBride struggled. Like, it was just it was the final score was in the 60s in that game.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
I think 67, 65 was the final.
and it was an overtime game, and they couldn't even crack 70. It was just
67, 62.
the epitome of a closeout, every bucket matters type of game.
Game plan out the window. Like,
yeah,
what can you do?
I mean, the Liberty coach, like I said, I'm the super fan now. I watch every single game. Number 8 on the Liberty, Saboli.
Yeah.
She was barely playing. I had you pull up the box score. What was her high in the series before game 5?
So she
4?
averaged 2.8 for the finals.
Yeah.
And
Defensive
3.5
specialist,
in the
I think.
playoffs.
But they came out and they struggled, especially in the first half. And I was texting Amanda during the game, and I kept saying to her, well, they're only down 7, and Sabrina and Brianna Stewart are, shooting tour dates out there. They're going to make shots eventually, and the Liberty will win.
Yep.
they didn't make shots eventually.
Nope. Eventually never came.
Sabally just came out of nowhere, this girl, and
Dog.
they threw out a lineup with Sabally, Brianna Stewart, and Jonquel Jones, the finals MVP. Shout out to Jonquel Jones. But it was a 3 big lineup, and it was a lineup that they haven't thrown out all series. And to throw out a lineup like that in the third quarter, going into the second half, down 7 with your season on the line, and have someone who was barely contributing forget about the playoffs, in this specific series, barely contributing, literally flip the game on its head and be the difference. Like, that's fucking sports, bro. Like, was like, I'm tearing up, honestly. Like, it was just, that's fucking sports. Like, when you need it most, having someone come out of nowhere and lead the team to victory, it was awesome, man. It was so cool.
It's the most beautiful thing about it.
Literally
Emotion.
flipped the game on its head, bro. And just the way the Barclays Center, embraced the team and was rooting for them, and the cheering after, no one left their seat for the trophy ceremony. Everyone was there. It was loud in that bitch. And, I think Holly Rowe was on the call with ESPN doing the interviews after the game. And, she ended it off with her little speech just about, women's sports and this is the future and all that. And just the way, the arena uproared, like, that was the loudest it was. Forget about during the game. Yeah. Forget about when the final buzzer went off. When she said, like, this is the future, it was so fucking loud in there. And it really was just a beautiful thing for women's sports. Like, it was really cool. I'm happy I was there. Like, it was an experience that I'm never going to forget. Like, being at a game like that, an all-time classic. Like, it was awesome.
We got some elite woman athletes.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was awesome. Shout out to Liberty, man. So
yeah. So that's some New York success stories recently. We've been talking about this New York failure of a story for quite some time now, and this may be the retirement of the New York Jets talk. I
pray, man. I fucking pray. Please don't make us have to start off every single podcast with the Jets. Please let this be the last one. Please, bro.
It's weird because, like, I'm loving it as a Jets fan to be able to talk
unless
about them.
really.
I didn't finish. I'm loving that we get to talk about the Jets, but I don't love what we're talking about.
It's been good content, but I'm fucking sick of them, bro. I'm sick of number 8.
Dude, imagine being a fan. Like,
take the floor, Pete. Go ahead.
Pure and utter disappointment. Like, you let them put 35 on our head.
37.
Like, 37,
buddy.
Yeah, all right. Fucking
by Mr. Unlimited.
And by the way, first time that the Steelers have scored 35 or more since 2018.
Get the fuck out. Since 2018?
Yes, sir.
But your guys' hallmark is defense,
Oh, yeah, no, yeah, it's been great, yeah. But especially with Saleh here and everything. Like,
well, no, he,
tandem.
He sucked his job,
No,
Saleh's on vacation right now, brother.
Saleh's collecting checks.
Is the happiest man.
Saleh's collecting checks, his feet kicked up, pina colada, laughing his ass off.
He enjoys it. Bro, you could really see the difference in our defense since Saleh has left. Or I'm going to say left because he didn't leave, but that's a nice way of saying he's not with us anymore.
Excused himself.
Since he departed.
Was relieved.
You could really see the difference. Like, it's actually terrible. Like, the fact that, like, Pittsburgh could even, like, moderately run the ball against the Jets defense is not something you would have seen last year. Like, it's way different this year. Like, I don't know.
Good thing you didn't take that Najee Harris bet.
Oh, yeah, no shot.
Yeah, because we couldn't come to agreement on fucking terms, but whatever.
Well,
even his terms don't
matter what you
took it weird.
No matter what you took,
you would have won.
Wasn't I? I was right.
No. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Good thing you didn't take
it.
He
scored more than 15.
Right. Yeah.
He scored more than 15.
Tom was right, but you didn't take. You were right for not taking the bet because he cleared everything.
No, because, like, around 15 points is like he has that capability, and that prevailed.
Scored a lot more
on Sunday. So. Way to not take the bet.
22.
You know what's funny? I typically don't really like. Usually, whenever me and Tom bet, I usually don't win these bets.
We played each other week 1 in one of the fantasy leagues.
Yeah,
we had a $25 bet.
Yeah, I mean, like, the thing is like it's funny because, like,
I think I smoked him.
Like.
Yo,
it's fantasy football. Like, it's not like there was much stats there. It was
he
like,
wouldn't have done it without that late touchdown, though.
Nope.
Yeah.
That was a big fuck you to the Jets right there.
Yeah.
That was a massive fuck you to the Jets.
Yeah, so I'm not happy with the Jets, but
you can't even hit fucking free throws, bro.
If you guys want to...
Oh, God.
I don't know if you guys want to get more, like, analytical about that game, but I'm just pure emotional about that shit.
Yeah,
like, I'm going to be quick. I didn't watch the game because I was at the Liberty game, and honestly, I watch a few games back from Sunday, the Lions, Vikings, Texans, Packers. I watch good football teams back. I devote my Monday to watching good football teams. I didn't bother watching this one back, but I mean, to trade for that guy and then get embarrassed like this, there's no coming back from it.
Yeah, we really thought Devontae was going to really make it happen.
And like you said, Pete, I mean, the defense has clearly taken a step back without Salah there.
100%.
And it's not Jeff's fault. Ulbrich, right? I'm saying that right?
Yeah.
Jeff Ulbrich's fault because
it's not.
He has more duty on his plate now, having to be the leader of men while also, calling his defense.
He's been given an impossible task.
Yeah. It's not his fault, but the defense has, and this is what the three of us said was going to happen. You don't fire that guy that builds an elite defense from the ground up and is the only reason over the past 4 years that you're somewhat competitive. You don't fire that guy.
It's so weird because, imagine they moved him to, defensive head coach, but, and then, and then he's not the head coach anymore. It's almost like if they didn't want Salah, they couldn't move him necessarily because imagine, your head coach goes from head coach to fucking defensive coach.
Well, I feel like it's a mind fuck in the locker room. This guy's still here, but I'm not supposed to look at him the way I did. Yeah.
So it's a total fucking weird thing.
Wait, this guy's still here, but I'm not supposed to look at him the way I did. Nathaniel Hackett is still there, but he doesn't have the same job. Nope. And they're interesting strategy.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't seem like it's working anyway. So
no, it's just the issues that we said needed to be fixed that people thought getting rid of Robert Saleh, those issues would immediately just go away. The penalties, the bonehead plays are still there.
Yeah.
Probably maybe
the
worse.
Offense didn't get better.
Nope.
And the defense got worse.
Oh,
the Jets got worse.
Devontae Adams, first, I don't know if I know you didn't watch the game.
First play of the game was a drop.
Yeah, it was a ball drop. And I was just bro, that's not how you start, man.
It sums up everything for the Jets. It's the Jets effect. That's what happens when you put on a Jets uniform.
So, like I said, we've talked extensively about the Jets, but the one point I wanted to make is it all went wrong for them, obviously, when Rodgers went down last season. And, from that moment, they were doomed. Because it's not as simple as last season. You put Rodgers in there and you win a Super Bowl, compete for a Super Bowl, not even. If Rodgers is there, you most likely make the playoffs. Maybe you win a playoff game, sure. But the issues would have been evident to you. And what the Jets did last season, the ownership, front office, they blamed everything on Zach Wilson. They said if that guy wasn't our quarterback, we'd be the best team in the league if we had Aaron Rodgers at quarterback. So get him out, put Aaron in there, and we're okay. And I feel like people who knew a little bit about football knew that wasn't the case. Their offensive line was still a turnstile. Their offense.
I tried to fucking tell everyone the offensive line is not that good.
Nope.
Tyron Smith is old and white. I tried to tell you, and they don't have weapons. Look back at all the old podcasts. I tried to tell Dean. I tried to tell you. They were never a real fucking Super Bowl contender. I didn't I'm not taking a victory lap that it collapsed like this because I thought they were a playoff lock, obviously.
Yeah.
But this team was never good enough to win a Super Bowl, and especially with a fucking loser as the quarterback. A loser.
So the other point,
all he's done is lose for the past 14 years. Yeah, he has some MVPs. All he's done is fucking lose. He is a loser. He is not a leader. My God. Fuck him, bro.
I think it's interesting because
he should have been number one most hated.
Theoretically, yeah, I agree with you.
No,
but theoretically, he should have been on that list.
He was 5.
He was.
Oh, yeah, okay. I was gonna say if he wasn't on that list,
you got a good spot. Yeah.
But anyway,
he had a good spot. It's crazy.
Theoretically, on paper, the roster looked stacked.
This is a talented unit.
Course,
it's a talented team.
It's a very talented team.
A talented team.
Right.
They were
They're
never
not a good team.
They were never overwhelmingly talented though.
Who would have thought, as much as you could say you saw a lot of this coming and that's fine. Who would have thought you get a Hall of Fame tackle and then he turns into one of the worst tackles in the NFL at this point? That's just not he also played great football with the Cowboys last year
I didn't
too when he
expect
was
him
healthy,
to fall off, but also at the end of the day didn't he already suffer an injury in the beginning of the season? In week 2 or week 3, he had a minor injury or something of that matter. Maybe that's
Did he?
Yes.
Yes.
Dean, I extensively remember a Dean text about it.
Yeah,
obviously he's playing, so it was minor, but Olu had it wasn't Trent. It was
Morgan Moses.
Morgan Moses.
Morgan Moses.
Suffered an injury.
Morgan Moses.
Moses Moody. Like you can't obviously I didn't expect him to fall off, but at the end of the day, your big moves to fix the offensive line were signing 2 injury-prone guys at tackle.
Yes.
And 2 older guys.
Moves.
Like it's like it sucks that I was like completely right and Tyron Smith forgot how to play football. Like it sucks that that's the case, but like yeah, I mean, like, and then this is what happens when you build a team of fucking old corpse skeletons.
It felt like it would also be fine, though, because you also drafted Olu. Like, that was the thing. Like, you thought that a top 10 pick would be good enough to hold it down.
Yeah, you wasted a top 10 pick on a backup.
Bro, we should have taken fucking...
Bro, do you understand how stupid that sounds? You're trying to win a Super Bowl, and you use a top 10 pick on a backup.
But like
when you had other glaring needs.
But you also knew that that was the big issue, that your tackles could get injured at any time.
Right, so then instead of signing those guys, use that money to sign someone else and let the young guy play, or use your draft pick on a guy that would play. There is no need to draft a backup with a top 10 pick when your only goal is a Super Bowl. That's the bottom line. We're seeing it. We're seeing it firsthand.
But do you trade for Devontae? And I know where you're about to go with it. How different would you look with Brock Bowers?
Yeah,
right.
That's exactly.
So,
what
do you theoretically still trade for Brock? Like
Devontae?
I mean, Devontae.
Well, it doesn't fucking matter because the season was already over before they traded for Devontae Adams.
No, not trade for Brock. I'm saying
draft Brock. He meant to say trade for Devontae. He said you still trade for Devontae if you have Brock. And honestly, probably.
Yeah, probably.
He wanted to, it's an Aaron Rodgers thing.
Yeah.
Like, they needed, clearly they didn't need his skill set that much because it didn't fucking change a thing.
Yeah.
But, like, he was coming regardless. You know what I mean? Whether they needed him or not, he was coming.
You have to think he's going to be better.
The one thing is, do we think that would the offensive line be in worse shape if we did just draft Brock Bowers?
The offensive line would be the same.
No,
the exact same.
The guy you drafted is not playing.
Well,
Now,
he had stepped in, and when he had stepped in, he did not play all that well either.
He's a rookie tackle. I mean, they don't play.
But the second thing
he's
is
also a left tackle.
with an offense that's with the offense playing the way they are right now, though,
you needed another weapon.
Even if he was in there as another weapon, would we really be able to utilize him for his full capability?
Who, Brock or Devontae?
Brock. Like, pretend like, no, just
you still
Brock.
would have a shitty offensive line and would struggle to get the ball to your guys.
That's what I mean. Like,
but it'd be an extra guy that could get open.
I agree. Brock Bowers should have been the pick.
Brock
Bowers should have been the pick.
Yeah, he's generational. Yeah.
It's funny. I'm sure you guys saw, like, Aaron Rodgers said, it was like a tweet. Aaron Rodgers said, like, it's crazy how much power people think I really have, or how much say I really have.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. How do we feel about that? I mean,
bullshitting, bro.
I don't know. When you say bullshit, you mean, like, I don't think it's...
They had fucking Randall Cobb on their roster last year. Nate Hackett is in the building still. Robert Saleh's not in the building, and Nate Hackett, even though he doesn't have his same job, is still in the building. You have Alan Lazard on the roster. You just traded for Devontae Adams. Ever since David Bakhtiari left the Packers, he's been fucking tied to the Jets. He's still tied to the Jets.
Yeah.
You signed 2 tackles in free agency, and they're still talking about David Bakhtiari coming back and playing for the Jets. It's ridiculous.
To be fair, if you can get him, you do go get him.
Sure, but it's ridiculous. He's a bullshit artist, bro.
Yeah, he's just
bullshitting.
How do you say that when all the writing is already on the wall that you had so much
just don't say
influence?
anything. Just stop running your fucking mouth, bro. You're not that guy. You are a loser. You will never be Tom Brady. You'll never be Patrick Mahomes. No one gives a shit that you have 4 MVPs because all you do is lose. You won a Super Bowl when we were in the 5th grade. It is 2024, bro. You are not that guy. You're not LeBron, bro. You're not LeBron. Only LeBron could do that shit. Tom Brady didn't even do that shit, bro. Like you said a few weeks ago, Tom Brady went to the Bucs and was just a normal football player. He did his job and played quarterback. And he was a leader of men. Tom Brady's a leader of men. Patrick Mahomes is a leader of men. Fuck it, Lamar Jackson is a leader of men. Josh Allen is a leader of men. Fucking Kirk Cousins is a leader of men. Aaron Rodgers, all he does is bitch, complain, throw everyone under the bus, and then say, oh, it's not me. I don't have this power. Let it go, bro. Let it go.
Yeah, so Chris doesn't have much to say about the Jets.
Because I'm just sick of it, bro. I'm sick of it. I'm like, and I know it's not us, but I'm sick of people saying that, oh, they were going to turn this around. Firing the coach was what we needed. Like, shut up. Like, no, bro. That's not what you needed. You need a fucking leader in the building.
No,
This is just not.
You got rid of your leader.
This isn't
The only leader in the building you got rid of. It's ridiculous,
This
bro.
isn't an
It's
organization you can
ridiculous.
have blind faith in. Like, if back in the day, if Belichick made a move, you're like, all right, it's Bill Belichick. I might not see the vision, but maybe it'll work out.
And nowadays, like, say, for example, the Rams make a move.
Yeah.
Or, honestly, like, real quick, Mike Tomlin, if he makes a move, you kind of just got to blindly trust it now.
Yeah.
Like, so the Jets don't get that benefit of the doubt.
Right.
They basically let.
And Aaron Rodgers doesn't get that benefit of the doubt
Completely agree.
either.
It's not like you. And of course, people use the excuse that the Packers' defense were never all that great. Go back, watch, like, check a lot of the box scores in those games. Aaron Rodgers is majority of the reason as to why they lose most.
He's a loser.
And the problem with Rodgers now is, like, I still think he has the arm talent. I think the decision making has definitely been questionable. He can't move.
No.
He can't run. He can't extend plays. And when the
That's
offensive line
part-
is
like
bad,
people don't understand for as great of an arm talent as Aaron Rodgers is, and he's one of the best
Yes.
the sport has ever seen.
yes.
What made Aaron Rodgers so great was his ability to evade pressure and to be, float around and move around in that pocket. He's taking more, and granted, the O-line fucking sucks, but
that's
he's
yeah.
taking more sacks than he's ever taken. Like,
Yep.
and the decision making also is questionable.
Real bad
like, it's
recently.
not good. Like, he doesn't look like a top quarterback.
His first pick was bad. I don't know if you saw the first interception.
Well, the
His
second
first
one went right
interception-
off
Yeah,
Garrett's
I know the
chest.
second
Well,
one
apparently,
was
I
in
think
his
that might
corner.
have been tipped or whatever, and you still
Still
got to
hit him
catch
in
that
the
as an
chest,
NFL
yeah.
receiver. Like, you
Chest,
still
yeah.
got to catch that as an NFL receiver. But the first pick was awful,
Terrible.
like atrociously bad. And you don't get the benefit of the doubt if you're the Jets. You don't get the benefit of the doubt if you're Aaron Rodgers. You have so much history of failure, whether it's in the regular season, whether it's in the playoffs. But the Jets saw a savior because it was the best quarterback, if we're being honest, the most accomplished quarterback that the Jets have ever employed.
No, you
in their
had to-
career-
I mean, you
in
had to get
theirs,
him. Yeah.
in their franchise's history. So you had to get him number one, and then the issue was they don't have the structural backbone to tell a guy like Aaron Rodgers, we want you here, but you're gonna fucking do this our way.
You let
You're
us
not
do our
gonna-
job, we'll let you do your job.
Everything
Yes, yeah.
Robert Saleh built over the past 4 years went to shit when he got into the building. It's ridiculous, bro.
And Rob Saleh
It's
never got
ridiculous.
like Zach Wilson wasn't his guy. He didn't get that treatment at all. It was like he had to do whatever Woody Johnson wanted to do and whatever those guys wanted to do. I'm not saying Saleh's this like Hall of Fame coach that's being tucked away.
Getting portrayed like
No,
right
but
now.
like
He was
he's
never the fucking problem, bro. I don't care. how
he
many
may not have been the
penalties
solution,
they
but he
had.
wasn't the problem.
I
That's
just,
my point.
I just
Yeah.
don't understand how like the biggest complaint was always like they come out flat, they're not they're not held accountable and stuff, and then you fire him and Jet fans kind of expected it to change, like you wouldn't come out flat, and typically when you fire your coach, that's supposed to be the case.
Light the fire, yeah.
You're supposed to come out, and now everyone's job is on the line because like if they're gonna fire the coach, we could all be benched. Something can happen. It's a new voice in the room. So once you saw the Bills game, I think you should have realized a little bit, like, yo, I don't think
Maybe
this thing
the
is gonna be
team
what we
just
expected.
isn't that good.
I really don't know if it is fully a talent problem. Truthfully, like you look at the names, and it
No,
doesn't,
I don't think it's fully a talent problem. I think
Not
they're
fully,
definitely
obviously,
no.
it's not.
I think a
fully
lot of it
talent.
is actually turned into a fucking effort problem and like a camaraderie problem too.
Yeah,
like-
well, when you have a fucking loser playing the position that needs to be a leader, that's what's gonna fucking happen. Like that. It's
Apparently,
simple.
I think they were saying it on the broadcast.
Like I hate that. Like that. Obviously, the shit isn't personal. I don't fucking know Aaron Rodgers like that. But like as a player, he's a goddamn loser.
But this
way
was the
he
craziest
acts,
thing.
he
I think
acts
they
like a
said it on the
loser.
broadcast that, and maybe there's another reason for this. You're the Jet fan. I don't know. But apparently, when Mike Williams made his first catch of the game, they said that Mike Williams stayed away from the team till like Thursday or Friday. After everything that happened on Sunday with Aaron Rodgers calling him out and all that stuff. So Mike Williams didn't return to the building till days later,
He didn't practice?
from what I heard. I don't think he practiced until
You're allowed
Thursday.
to just not show up to practice?
I think it was just a mutual thing. They were also trying to trade him, so I wouldn't look. Maybe I'm wrong on that one, but
If you saw Mike Williams had a huge gain or whatever, he had a really nice play. We'll just
he did have
word
one.
it that
Yeah,
way.
he did have a big play.
After that play, they immediately took him out and they zoomed up the camera into his face of like, it was funny because while I was watching it, I was like, oh, watch, they take him out now, like as a joke, because they like don't respect him for whatever reason, don't target him, they don't put enough emphasis on like his talent.
Number 8 doesn't
Not Aaron
respect
Rodgers
him.
guy, yeah.
And whatever. So he
Yo,
has
Juice
that big
McBride
play,
is killing it,
bro. They zoom in on the camera, you see his face, like disappointment, like pissed and upset, and then just look down and then run to the sideline. They took him out right after that play.
Right after he
Why
made a
the
great
fuck
play,
would you
yeah.
take out a player that just had a hot play?
Confidence,
I
is,
hate
also
when
has a
NFL teams
huge
do that.
confidence is
history.
everything, too.
Yeah, like you're just killing that guy's confidence. Like,
Sometimes I get it with the running backs because they're winded, but I
Right.
hate that shit, bro.
no, but like it's
Especially in fantasy, like
Yeah.
my running back just made a 60-yard run, and then
Let
you
him
take
punch it in.
Bro,
Yeah.
Saquon
Yeah.
made like the massive run, and then he tapped his head to get subbed out. And like, of course, he's gonna get subbed out after a 60-yard run. That man destroyed us, by the way. But like,
Yeah, I
Kenny
hate-
Gainwell comes in on the goal line, and I'm like, bro, there's no fucking way he's
hate
gonna.
that shit.
I mean,
He's gonna
Kenny
vulture this.
Gainwell always scores against the Giants.
But he didn't.
so.
He didn't.
Oh, no, he didn't. That's right.
Jalen
Yeah,
Hurts
I hate
got that touchdown.
Yeah, because I had
so-
Saquon anytime.
I mean, like the
he
season's
did score.
over, bro.
Yeah, no.
The season's over for the Jets. It's cooked, bro. Like, I'm sorry. There's
Well,
no coming
I'm looking
back.
forward to going to the Texans Jets with you guys.
That's gonna be fun.
Hell yeah.
That one's gonna be fun. That
That'll be
actually
fun.
might
And we're going to have
be.
to talk about them again because they're in goddamn prime time. Again.
Well, that's the thing. They're going to be in at least 2 more primetime games. I might be even more, but I know of 2 others.
No,
It's a
unless
Thursday night
the
football game,
Jets
right?
rip off 5 wins in a row, they're not coming. They're not making
5
it.
wins in a row.
Who do they play
Chill.
this week?
Yeah,
Jets play.
Is
I'll
it-
tell you right now. Hold up.
I think the
By the way, the Knicks are shooting over 60% and are down by 24 points. Or what,
No, I
23
don't think
points.
so. Jets. What'd you say? What'd you say, Tom? About the Knicks?
The Knicks are shooting.
Jets, Patriots. Yeah, you're right.
The Knicks are
You're
shooting
right.
over
You're right.
60% and they're down by 25. But
Jeez, man.
yeah, Jets, Pats.
In Foxborough?
Jets, Pats. Well, they played in MetLife the first game, so yeah, in Foxborough
Look.
the second.
Drake
Drake
May's
May looking
coming for
good,
that
bro.
ass,
Drake May looking
bro.
good, but look, I know we're burying the Jets right now, and it may very well be over.
Just
but
buried themselves. Fuck
They
that.
did, but there are some 2-win teams out there right now. And which one is the most likely candidate to turn things around? And for as much shit as we just gave the Jets, I will say, I think of all the 2-win teams that are available to pick in the NFL right now, I think the New York Jets have the talent to turn it around. This is a rough one because there weren't many choices, to be quite honest with you. Aside from them, you have the Rams, you have the Raiders. What other were there? The Dolphins.
The Dolphins
for
the
sure. Another one.
Raiders, the Jaguars,
The Jaguars, who just got a big win in London.
the Giants,
Yeah. All right.
the Rams, and the Saints.
The Saints are cooked because of injuries. The Rams are
Hospitalized.
basically cooked because of injuries, and their defense sucks. And then most of the other, the Raiders are a joke.
Right.
But yeah, so like I was left to the Jets and the Dolphins, and those were the 2 teams that I was picking between. And in the end, I just look at the Jets roster and I think, you know what? They kind of have to figure it out. Like it just has to work at some point. Like this was Devontae's first week with the Jets. So you know what? Give him a week. Maybe this is the get right week, obviously against the Patriots. Maybe this is where we turn it all around. Maybe this is where you start building momentum. If it don't happen this week and you don't beat the brakes off the Patriots, good luck stepping into Halloween against the Houston Texans because you'll get the brakes beat off you if you are not playing your absolute best football.
even without Nico,
Yeah, I mean, even without Nico.
if
So
he's
it's-
not there by then. Yeah.
It's like,
Is he playing?
I don't
We
think
don't
so. I
know.
think that'll be his 4th week, I believe.
Son of a bitch.
4th game that he's going to be missing. So yeah, look, I think it's the Jets. Do I feel great about it? No, but I wouldn't feel good about any of the other 2-win teams as well. So I think the Jets have the most talent. Hassan Reddick is on the way back. Maybe that helps them a little bit. The pass rush has been weak, but their run defense has been the biggest issue anyway. So you know what? Secondary is going to start getting healthier. I think I'm going to go with the Jets. Do I feel great about it? No,
The secondary is good.
So
but it's been hurt.
Right.
I don't
It's a little
want
banged up right now.
I don't want to take up more time than we have to. I was going to take the Jets as well, and Matty J, you covered everything that I would have said. So I'm on the same page with the Jets. I don't know, Tom, if you want to,
Fins up, dog.
Wow.
Fins are
Fins
up.
up.
The fins are up.
I'm going the Dolphins. I mean, the
Think
Jets.
you are too, Chris.
The Dolphins have at least shown signs of life this season. You know what I mean? Like that week one, they played a good game week one. I mean, and
Anthony Richardson.
it was Jacksonville. It was Jaguars. Who went 0-4. But better than anything the Jets have done, man. I mean, the Fins with Tua outside, like it's just so glaringly obvious that this team is missing Tua. The quarterback play has just been horrendous. Mm-hmm. They have not stood a chance in any game, and they've still won how many without Tua? Two? One?
We won a game without Tua.
They won a game without Tua.
Beat the Patriots last week.
I didn't know. I couldn't remember if they beat the Titans or not.
Oh, Lord. Yeah.
But,
No, we lost to the Titans.
Yeah.
That was the Tony Pollard game.
that was a Tony Pollard game, yes. But the Dolphins are missing Tua, and Tua's coming back, and I think they need a quarterback that knows how to run this offense. And unlike the Jets, they have a coach that they believe in and believes in them. Mike McDaniel, who has been one of the better offensive minds in the NFL in recent years. So I'm going to let you take this because you're the big Dolphins guy, but I'm with you on this.
Yeah, I mean, it's so glaringly obvious that the team with 2 wins that's most likely to turn their season around is the Miami Dolphins. Tua comes back this week, barring no major setback. Please let there be no major setback.
God, let Tua come back.
I'll just say it's crazy that he's not wearing a Guardian cap. I personally don't understand why every NFL, but it should be mandatory.
Right.
I don't understand. That's a whole other conversation. The Dolphins' defense is playing a lot better than people expected, especially dealing with the injuries they're playing with. Jalen Phillips obviously out for the season now. Bradley Chubb is still yet to play for this team, and he should be back sometime soon too, hopefully. But the defense is, in a lot of statistical categories, better than the Jets. The Jets all-world best defense in the NFL. I think they're better in total yards allowed per game. I think some of the advanced stats, some of the EPA things, stuff like that, they're better than the Jets defensively. And this team is averaging 12 points per game, under 12 points per game.
Yeesh.
It's very clearly obvious that Tua Tagovailoa was criminally underrated by the national media. Mm-hmm. He was.
Or Skylar Thompson.
Tyler Huntley.
Those guys
should not be in the NFL.
Those guys are ass. But Tua was leading this team to the playoffs the past few years, leading the league in passing yards, all this stuff.
No disagreement, but they didn't put a competent quarterback behind center.
100%. But also, Tua is the engine that clearly makes this thing go.
Brother, he's not missing.
I mean, it's that simple. Tyreek Hill is supposed to be the best receiver in the league, can't get it going. Jalen Waddle, the best number 2 in the league, can't get it going. The run game can't get it going. Nothing on this offense is getting it going. Obviously, the quarterback play has been dog shit, but also Tua Tagovailoa is a good quarterback.
Yeah.
That's what people don't understand. And he single-handedly will come in and flip this season around. The Dolphins, with him under center, will instantly... I'm not saying they'll be the best offense in the league. I think the offense... Overall, the offensive line got worse from last year. The offense isn't as good and as explosive as last year. The run game isn't what it was last year. But the offense will get better, and they will be able to put up points in an explosive way like we all know they can because Tua understands how to run the Mike McDaniel offense. And the thing that just puts it over the top is, like you said, Tom, they have a coach who believes in them. They have players who believe in this quarterback who's coming back. Clearly they believe in Tua, because they didn't make any move at quarterback. They were confident he was going to come back, and they were confident that he could flip this thing around for them. Sitting at what, 2-5 now? 2-4.
2-4.
Because they had their bye already.
Yep.
Sitting at 2-4.
They just lost to the
Second
Colts,
in the
right?
division, by the way.
Second in the division.
They just
ahead
lost
of
to the Colts, right?
They
Yes.
did lose.
Yeah.
Yes, without a quarterback. The Jets had Aaron Rodgers.
No. I know. I'm not saying that they're.
Right.
I'm just saying.
The Jets made their moves that were supposed to flip the energy, and it
They
didn't
ain't
work.
over yet.
No, they
Son Reddick's the last.
They
hope.
made their moves that was supposed to flip the energy, and it didn't flip the energy. The Dolphins have a move that is clearly and instantly going to flip the energy for this team. Mm-hmm. So will they make the playoffs? I don't know. It's an uphill battle to climb because they're not going to win the division.
No.
That's pretty out the window unless they go on a crazy run, which I really don't think it's out of the question.
Hey man, script writers would be going nuts with that.
It all falls on Tua. I believe in Tua. Obviously, I have no choice but to believe in Tua. Mm-hmm. From where we started to where we are now, I can't fold on business. Nope. I have to believe in him. But I feel like I don't need to say anything more. I feel like it's crazy to take the Jets, honestly. Sure, you could think the Jets are a better, more talented team on paper. They're fucking 2-5.
The Jets roster-wise have been at their best.
Yeah, the Dolphins have an excuse to be 2-4.
Have looked hard, have not come through. You know?
I get it, but I also think that if there ever was a get-right game, it's against the Pats. Like, I think they go in there.
I think they've had like 3 get-right games.
So what if they beat the Pats? Like, who the fuck cares?
I didn't think the Steelers was going to be a get-right game, aside from the
Steelers
fact
are a
that
good
Devontae
team.
Adams
Steelers are a very good football team.
Yeah,
very good.
Who wasn't before
needs to be
that? I mean,
who the fuck cares that they're a good team? The Jets are supposed to beat the Steelers,
right, yeah.
bro. Come on. We're not making excuses for this goddamn team anymore, bro. Let's stop. Like, they suck. I'm sorry, Pete. They suck. The Jets suck. They have no excuse.
They're bad.
And granted, like, I'm not saying coming here and saying the Dolphins are some Super Bowl contender. Like, that shit's out the window. I think like obviously, like, I have the Tua excuse, but like I watch football. The team is just overall worse than I expected it to be.
Yeah.
Like, and there's some things that Tua can't fix.
Yeah, I mean, all right. Looking back on this whole conversation, I know I was agreeing with the Jets, but maybe, like I said, I'm a naive, biased Jets fan. If you do look at the Dolphins, you have a team that had an unfortunate situation with Tua. They have everything else is put together in their team. They're just missing their quarterback. With that being said, the Dolphins are, I feel like, very injury prone. But I think I might have to agree with the Dolphins. You swindled me.
You swayed the Jets fan. That's pretty
I
impressive.
mean, the defense is playing pretty lights out.
The
man.
pass rush has been
great
insane, but Jalen Phillips is out now.
I'm sick
obviously,
of
but
just
pass rush has been
fucking
really good.
having all this false hope.
weeks.
He's been out for a bit, but
Calais Campbell, bro. This guy just
He's
doesn't
ageless,
fucking
bro.
age,
He's
bro.
ageless.
He's just a behemoth of a fucking man. The secondary, like I said, it's the best secondary in the NFL.
Got Ramsey back there. Yeah,
It's the best secondary in the NFL. With that safety duo, it's the best second. And Javon Holland, I'm pretty sure, is out too right now with a broken hand.
Yep.
Jalen Ramsey's playing out of his fucking mind right now, and no one's going to fucking talk about it because everyone likes to hate the Dolphins. Tua sucks, yada, yada, yada. We're not going to give them flowers.
Yep.
Jalen Ramsey's still playing like a top 3 corner in the NFL because I know a lot of people wanted to say he's not top 3. He's better than fucking Sauce Gardner for sure.
Lord, bro.
All Sauce Gardner does is hold.
Sauce was getting
Dry rub Gardner, bro.
Dry rub
Sauce-
Gardner.
Dry rub Gardner.
Like,
Just
Jalen
rubbing it up.
Ramsey's playing
bro.
better than him. The Dolphins
Dry rub Gardner.
like, you
bro.
could dead ass have a serious conversation right now and say that the Dolphins defense is better than the Jets.
No, you can.
Like, forget about the
100%.
roster on paper.
I mean, a bet. I don't know about
The
that.
Dolphins
They do,
You
though.
could
We
argue
gotta
that the Dolphins defense is playing better than the Jets right now.
It's playing. Yeah, it's
The
playing
Dolphins
better.
defense is playing better than Jets defense.
Yes.
Yeah, they are.
It's
And then you
obviously,
plug Tua back in here, and the Dolphins offense is just instantly better than the Jets because the Jets offense fucking sucks. And they have a loser at quarterback. We have a loser at quarterback
that's
too.
where- that's
but
where I
our
agree
loser
with
at
you.
our loser at quarterback's at least a leader, man.
No, this is
He'll
where-
never go up there and
Dude,
fucking throw his wide receivers under the bus.
Yeah.
He'll never do
no,
that.
for sure. I
Tua's a
agree.
fucking leader. You could think what you want about the way Tua plays football. He's a fucking leader of men.
I agree. No,
He always says the right things when he goes up to the podium,
Mm.
and that shit is important. Like, this is a deeper conversation than what they do on the
It's having the
football
locker
team.
room behind you. You need that, yeah.
The Dolphins have culture. They have a locker room. They have a pecking order of guys and who has say in what and who the leaders are. Mike McDaniel is a fucking leader of men. Think what you want about his scheme. Oh, why didn't he adjust the scheme for a new quarterback? Yada, yada, yada. Think about whatever you want to think about his scheme. Go ahead. He is a leader of men. The locker room loves him. They will ride or die for him. That locker room, clearly, they've bless you. They've all come out and said they'll ride or die for Tua.
I covered it.
Clearly, the organization will ride and die for Tua because they didn't make a move at quarterback for these past few weeks, and they
And
fully
told him, hey man, take your time. Like, no rush.
take your time.
They did 100% the right thing by Tua.
Yeah.
Right.
1,000,000% the right
And that
thing
shit's
by Tua.
gonna pay dividends because the team is together. Even though they're 2-4,
Dividends.
the team is together. They're not divided. The Jets are a team divided right now.
Well, they're
and
like
at this
they're
point
like
in the
dividing.
season, no, they are a team
Look,
divided, bro.
They
are a
this
team
week,
divided.
I'm telling you, this week is the last gasp effort.
Stop, bro.
But
How
it
many
is.
fucking last efforts are we giving this
What do you
team?
mean? What do you mean? This is the last gasp
They're
effort because it's a
2-5. They
it's-
were supposed to be
Because,
what,
like,
6-1. We said.
I'm not
Like, they're
saying it's
supposed
a
to be 6-1,
guarantee, bro, but I'm
5-2.
just saying if it's make or fucking break now. You lose to you could
That
say,
shit's
oh, it's make or break
broken,
every
bro.
fucking week. But it doesn't matter because it's make or break now because you're playing a poverty ass team that can't get a win right now. If you play them close, is all I'm saying, then you have lost. That is a loss. You need to go out there and blow them out. I am saying they go out there, they blow them out because they have so much more talent. And my problem is maybe that's the issue. Maybe I shouldn't trust
Do they have
talent.
so much more talent than the Dolphins?
Patriots.
Oh.
Yeah.
Patriots.
Okay, but so who the fuck cares if they beat the Patriots?
But I'm saying this is the like if you lose this game or play this game close, it's officially
I get what Matty J's
done,
saying. If
over with, cooked.
if the Jets
Even
do
if
lose
they
to the
beat
Pats,
the
that's a big
Patriots by
statement.
20.
It's not a big statement if they lose
they
to the
lose
Pats.
to the
Yeah, it's
Pats.
over.
Even if
yeah.
they beat
Then
the
that's like
Patriots,
a-
even if they blow them out.
I'm not going to get up here
Yeah.
and talk differently. I'm saying for locker room morale at this point, the only hope of saving it is to blow out the
Yeah,
Patriots.
they'll blow out the Patriots in Foxborough, and then when we're all there in attendance on primetime on Halloween, they will get dicked down by the Texans
Okay.
at home.
But
So who the again?
But what is more? But what do you think is better off? Them winning a football game by a lot, or them losing that football game and then going into play against one of the best AFC
I'm not
teams?
arguing with that, but what I'm saying is obviously them winning. Come on, Matt.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like,
Right, but what I'm saying is that should regardless.
you think regardless they're getting blown out by the Texans, right?
I mean, yeah, probably, but again, it doesn't fucking matter. Like Tom said at the beginning of this, the Jets are not to be taken seriously until they rattle off a few wins in
I
a
agree,
row.
but and I get that, but I also don't take the Dolphins seriously either. Is like so it was like a lesser of two evils, I guess, at this point, because I don't trust either team to make a legitimate run at any point. I think also both their schedules are tough, like this, quite simply, both teams. But I'm just saying that if they go out, blow the Patriots out, at least you have something to build upon from that point forward.
And who
This
do the
is the game
Dolphins
where you
play?
1 week at a time.
This is the game where you figure things out or try to start to figure things out. Where
Dolphins play the
you get Devontae. Well, of
Dolphins
course.
play the Cardinals, who fucking suck.
Hey,
So
bro,
if the
John Gannon is
picked up a
putting
dub.
together a great fucking defense over there. So John Gannon's putting something together over
Yeah,
there.
man, what a defensive
They picked up-
performance
they
against
picked up a
fucking
dub.
Joshua Palmer and Will Disley. Congrats, Jonathan
And still
Gannon.
gave up 360
Give me your
to
fucking
Herbert.
flowers. Yeah, what the hell are we talking about,
Nah,
bro?
look, all in all, I'm just saying I think that the Jets' talent, if it is going to figure it out, it needs to be this week. But this is the week where you put together everything, where it's like you
But
have
who
to
are
get.
you more confident in? Because this is, like, again, this shit isn't about talent at this point. We know the Jets have some talent on their roster. It's deeper than that. Who are you more confident in being a family, honestly? Who are you more confident in being a unit? And the Dolphins are a unit. They just are lacking the quarterback, but the quarterback's back. They have all those things. All those things that you're saying the Jets need to figure out, and they could do it. They could figure those things out if they beat the Patriots by a lot. The Dolphins have all those things already. Plus, sure, if you want to say the Jets are more talented, that's fine. The Dolphins have a shit ton of fucking talent on their roster. They're right up there with them. Even if you want to, I'm not going to argue. If you want to give, obviously, I'm going to say the Dolphins are more talented because I am a fan, but I'm not going to argue with you if you say the Jets are more talented. That's fine. Talent doesn't
hasn't shown
doesn't
anything
fucking
yet. Yeah,
matter.
yeah.
It doesn't
Yeah.
fucking matter.
And-
So who are you more right? So we know both these teams are talented. We know the Dolphins are just instantly going to be a better football team with Tua behind center. They're averaging 11.8 points per game on the season.
Smack myself.
They're not even averaging 12 points per game on the season. I'd be shocked if by season's end that they're if obviously Tua's health is the most important thing, because Tua at any given moment could have another concussion and all bets are off, obviously. But let's assume for the sake of this conversation, Tua is back for
Fully
the
healthy
majority
rest
of the rest of the season, right? The Dolphins will get their scoring average up to at least 20 points. They will.
For the remainder of the year.
Yeah, we've seen this offense. They put up points in bunches. They just do. They're explosive as hell. They're a better unit than the Jets, because they have chemistry, they have camaraderie, they have a coach who believes them. They have, again, all the same points I keep making. They have a quarterback who is a leader of men. Again, say whatever the fuck you want about Tua, but he is the tribal chief. He is the chief. He is a leader. Aaron Rodgers is a big old fucking loser.
All right. Well, that went well.
The Dolphins are better
he's
than the
going
fucking
for
Jets.
more.
No, I'm not done. You're wrong. You're just fucking wrong,
no,
bro.
Because I also look at this and I think, yo, it is in the end, like, it's Aaron Rodgers. It is. Like, you could call him a loser all you want. It is a 4-time NFL MVP.
Whoa.
It is one of the best receivers to ever live, to ever grace a football field. Lined up on the other side is Garrett Wilson, who dropped the fucking...
Come on, bro.
pass.
What the fuck are we talking about here?
But regardless...
They suck.
And then I don't know how sustainable it is for the defense to be as great as they have been for the Dolphins. And I also don't know how sustainable it is on the other side for the Jets defense to be as bad as it has been.
Whoa. You know what's funny? Actually, looking at the Jets, simplifying it, like, two things. Fix the defense just a little bit. It's a whole different ball game.
Right.
Have our offensive line hold up a little bit longer, and Aaron Rodgers move off the pocket a little bit. It's a whole different ball game.
But okay,
my thing is,
we're gonna talk. But we're gonna.
Which is
Here's
like a
my thing. Let
practice
me say
adjustment.
this real quick. We're gonna talk about how great the Dolphins' defense has been, and that's totally fair because you can only go against the people that are on your schedule. But the last 3 weeks, who are the offenses they have played?
Yeah, but my argument isn't that the Dolphins are a great defense here. My argument is that they're going to be the offense that we all know they are when Tua is behind center. They don't need a great defense to be a better football team than the Jets right now because the Jets fucking suck.
In some semblance, do need a defense
right,
to
and
be good enough.
Right, but we're seeing that the defense is. I agree. I almost
question: does it snap back immediately where
I don't
Tua's
think
in
this
and
level
we're
of
flying?
defense is sustainable, but they also are a good. We saw it last year too. They are a good unit defensively. Like they're. I'm not saying
but you're without your two best edge rushers right now.
They're not a top 10 defense. I don't think this level of defense is sustainable, but they don't need that because the offense will be one of the most explosive offenses in the NFL. It's perfect timing that as the schedule gets tough, you get the quarterback back, and they will be able to win games on the recipe that we all thought they'd be winning games on anyway. Their high-powered offense.
Perfect timing.
It's perfect timing. It is.
I don't know. I don't know if it's
and again,
as simple
like we're
as
going to
Tua
say,
goes back in, but I don't
all
know
the
if
Jets
it's as
need to
simple
do
as
is
Tua
have their.
goes back in and it clicks. You miss 4 weeks, especially with a concussion.
Okay, maybe he'll take a week.
If it takes a week or two, that could be the difference right now. Like,
Jets haven't clicked in 7 weeks though.
Yeah, I mean, like and like Pete just said, all the Jets need to do is figure the defense out a little bit. The defense was figured out until you fucking fired the guy that built it. The Jets defense, like, what the fuck's turning the Jets defense around? Hoping and praying that Hassan Reddick shows up and is in shape?
But bro, like, we're talking about, and also at the beginning of the season, we saw the offense not even be as great as we expected them to be in the first place. They put up 20 and then 10. 20 against the Jags and 10 against the Bills.
Yeah, but the Bills' defense is elite. Like, the Bills' defense
It's good.
just stop. Against the Dolphins, it was like an elite defensive performance.
It was
like
a great
we've
defensive
all watched the
performance.
game. Like we all know that's not who the Dolphins' offense is. Though, like we know the
Given
Dolphins.
it's a good thing that they are facing the Cards in their first week back. That is a great matchup for them to get right immediately.
Yeah.
But I
just don't know what we're arguing here. We've been saying for the past 4 weeks, if the Jets lose this game, it's over. If the Jets lose this game, it's over. If the Jets lose this game, it's over. And they keep fucking losing. Especially you. Why are you giving the Jets... We just sat here for 30 minutes in the segment before, ripping them apart. Why are you giving them the benefit of the doubt?
I don't like any of them. I don't like any of the teams. I'm saying that of all the teams I think can make something happen, it is still the Jets. Because in the end, I look at the talent on this football team, and it is better than a 2-5 football team at this point. You just traded for Devontae Adams. You just got Hassan Reddick back. And yes, I understand that like we all expected it to be like this with Devontae immediately. It's not always like that. I don't care that Rodgers and Devontae used to play together. It's been years since that.
No, I understand
it's not always
that,
like this.
but...
And Reddick...
Right, you're saying the Jets are a more talented football team than a 2-5 football team. The Dolphins are a more talented football team than a 2-4.
I think the Jets are a more talented football team than the Dolphins.
Right, we addressed that.
But that's what I'm saying. That's the only reason that I'm at this point.
Right, but the Jets have been talented all fucking season. The Jets have been talented all fucking season.
I mean, they haven't been showing it.
They made two.
The Dolphins are bad. The Dolphins are bad because their quarterback hasn't been there. Like, sure, it may take a week for Tua to be, 6 touchdowns against the Ravens,
or he does it,
or whatever the hell it is. But like, Tua doesn't have to be, a playing like a top 5 quarterback in the league, leading the league in passing yards to make this a better football team. The Jets need a culture shift to be a better football team, and that shit is not coming. There is not going to be a culture shift because at the end of the day, the guy making all the decisions and the guy running everything is a big fat loser, and he's not a leader. And it's that simple. Again, for the 5th time, Tua, say what you want about the way he plays. Say what you want about it. May take him a few weeks to get back in stride. He is a fucking leader of men. He is the tribal chief. The Dolphins are a better football team than the Jets. The Dolphins will finish with a better record than the Jets this season. If we want to freaking put money on it, I'm here for it.
Well, given the Dolphins have a game up right now, so I would rather not.
All right.
2-4, and the Jets are 2-5.
But you're more confident in the Jets turning it around.
Well, they're both going to play 17 games.
Yeah, put your money where your mouth is,
Now
Sullivan.
they get Tua back with but here's the thing, like I'm not putting money on that because of the fact that like the odds are against me right now. Why would I do that? Why would I do that when the odds are against me? That makes no sense.
Because you believe in your take.
I do believe in my take,
So
but I'm not going to
money where
put
your
money
mouth is.
when I'm down a half game already. That's stupid.
All right.
Do you want odds or something? Like, do we have to put
Do you want to make odds?
What are the odds, though? Like,
Well, no, I don't. We don't need to bet, period, I'm saying.
no, but I
we
want-
to get complicated now and make odds. Then we can do
No.
this.
All right.
Put fucking $10 on it. Be a man.
I don't fucking
That's what
want
I'm
to.
saying, right?
Just be a man. Put $10
$10
on it.
$10.
There you go.
$10
Jesus
be a
Christ.
man. Put some real fucking
$10
cash
is
on
fine.
that.
I'm not putting 100 down
Throw
half
it
the
down.
game, brother.
$10.
Throw it down. All right.
It's fucking
Come on.
stupid.
You
All
can't
right.
use the word
I've had-
$10 and be a man in the same fucking
right.
sentence.
Relax. All right.
No,
All right.
no, it's not.
Why don't I put
I'm not
100?
hating.
Why don't I put
This is
100
a
down a half
crazy
game?
moment. Yeah.
All right.
I want to put 50 down a half
Be
game.
a man. Put $10 on it.
Fucking
Put something
stupid.
on it. Put
You wouldn't?
So what?
Down a half game? You wouldn't do that?
If I believed in it, I would. All right. I've had enough of.
You know ball. You don't
what I'm saying,
say
bro.
outlandish
Fuck that.
Come on,
silly
man.
shit.
Stacked again.
I've had enough of talking about bad teams.
Always
We're going to talk about some good teams. We're going to talk about the best teams in the league. We're going to sit here and we're going to rank the top 5 teams in the NFL. We've got one undefeated team left. We had another undefeated team left, and then they lost to some absolute dogs, or maybe some absolute cats, maybe some really big fucking cats.
What?
The Lions. I fucked it up. Almost said the Lions. Damn it. I was
It was
flowing.
so nice.
I was
It was so
flowing.
nice.
Fuck. All right. So top 5 teams in the NFL. We're just going to give our list and kind of react to them. I'll start here. Why not? Thanks, Tom. You're welcome. 5-1?
Yeah.
Okay. So let me just, I don't even have it written down.
I'm writing everyone down.
You know what? Yeah. Let me just.
Are we
let me do
going in
that,
order?
Actually. I'm going to start here. Actually, someone else start because I'm going to just put my team on paper.
All right. You know what? Pete, go ahead. Get us started.
Yes,
buddy.
you want me to go in order?
From 5
5
to
to 1.
From 5 to 1. All right.
Nah, don't
so,
go in order. Start with the number 3 team.
No, I didn't know if you wanted us to do top 5 in a certain order or just the top 5
No,
that we
just give
think
us
turn
your
up.
5 to 1.
So at number 5, I'm going the Washington Commanders. Look,
Wait, sorry. This is based on what we've seen so far, right? We're not
Yes.
projecting here.
correct. This is
Well, yeah.
how they've been
yeah.
playing.
No.
I think there's a little bit of projection
Yeah,
that
I
goes
think
into
so.
this.
Okay. No,
There's
I'm
a
just
little bit of
asking
projection
because
that
it
goes into this.
changes.
That's
my-
fine.
my
Yeah.
list a
No,
little
I'm definitely
bit.
I'd
projecting
say
a little bit, yeah.
look at it like 85 to 90% of what we've seen in the
So this is more like a
10%.
power rank.
Yes.
Like, okay.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
So at number 5, I'm going the Washington Commanders. They're currently leading the NFC East in wins right now. Look, looking at the other options here, I feel like Jaden Daniels has just been kind of doing,
Dogging.
you know, what.
Hope he's okay, by the way.
Yeah, I hope he's
Yeah.
okay. I'm sure he's okay. I
Mom
think
said
it was-
he's okay, so I believe
just
her.
like-
He probably has a medical degree.
And I think it was just like a rib.
Or-
injury.
Seems reliable.
Or it's her son, and he's, you know.
I think it was like it's something with his rib or something. I think,
Yeah.
or whatever. But
They were up 27-0 when he went out, or 20 something like that. So
no,
you know,
dude,
you're
they
not
got
gonna
a
put it
great
back
team,
in.
bro. They got Terry McLaurin. They got
Yep.
what's it called fucking Robinson,
Ryan Robinson,
running,
Austin
and, you know,
Eckler.
they have a team that can
Everybody's
like.
eating.
They have a team that's getting it done, and like I'm very comfortable putting them at 5.
Sure.
Not any higher than that, but I think right there is perfect. At number 4, I'm going with the Vikings. You know, Sam Darnold. I love you, but also
Probably some mixed feelings about
did you hear
Sam
that?
Darnold.
He
you know?
loves you.
There's some.
There's a
feelings
Jet
there.
fan out there that loves you.
Yeah,
Probably a few of them now that you're good, but
I wish you were doing this for us for the Jets, but it goes back to so much coaching and there's so much more. But
enough about the Jets.
Also, the Vikings have the weapons to get that have been getting everything done. You know, what's it called? Aaron Jones, fucking Jetta. Like they have more than enough weapons to wear.
Stacked.
And TJ Hawkinson is yet to come back.
Yep, and he has yet to come
he's
back.
Back this week.
He should be back this week.
Jordan Addison getting comfortable with things, you know, like there's a lot there where I'm very comfortable putting him at 4, which I didn't think I was going to even be able to have him on this list at the beginning of the year.
He did.
Going at number 3, I am going to have to go with the Ravens. Some people might put him higher than the top 3, but I'm going to put him at 3, and you'll see why.
Sure.
At number 2, I'm going to have to put the Lions. Every single team that versus the Lions goes into the next week limping, bro. Like, I just feel like their defense is just kind of carrying them a long way to where the offense has the ability to thrive, and that offense, man, is not one to fuck around with, bro.
Hell no.
You got 2 guys at running back that could easily take the starting role, and like that's like a dream scenario for any team.
They're both very good starting running backs on most teams.
They have too much talent.
Justice Hill can play, man.
Bro.
He's talking about the Lions, but
Yeah, I'm talking about the Lions.
Oh.
but Justice Hill is good. Good
I
ball
thought you
player.
were talking about the Ravens.
Good ball player.
I moved on quick from the
Shifty
Ravens.
as hell.
There was a lot
Okay.
to talk about there.
Sorry. Monty and Gibbs are studs.
It's just like it's like any team's dream scenario to have 2 guys. You're like, fuck, we don't even know who to start. We're gonna play both of them.
Yep.
And now they each are, they have energy the whole game.
Too much talent is never an issue.
Yeah, they have too much talent, and it's like it's rare that you see a team though sometimes where there's too much talent and they still do thrive throughout the season. Like sometimes too much talent, too much chef spoils the soup, however the saying goes. But they're getting it done.
I don't know.
That was a good one.
Saying.
No, I think
Yeah.
Too many chefs spoil the soup.
That's a real saying.
Wait, that's a thing?
Yeah.
Sounds
Too
plausible.
many cooks in the kitchen or some shit.
No, well,
Number 1.
That's another one. And at number 1, goes unsaid, the Chiefs. It's a weird 6-0 that they're up to. Me and Tom were talking about it before, but a very hard fought 6-0. But they're 6-0. They're number 1 for me, and they're number 1 statistically now in wins.
Go for it.
All right, so my number 5 team in the NFL is the Buffalo Bills. I'll throw it out there now. I left the Vikings off my list. It's just a quarterback thing. That's why I had to clarify if this is only based on what we've seen so far or projecting a little. If it was only based on what we've seen so far, I would have had to have the Vikings on my list, 100%. They just played a great game against the Lions, which they easily could have won. Fought back through adversity in that game, too, which was just, we saw, the Vikings had some cupcake games, also some really tough games, but to see them start the game up by 10, then go down by double digits and fight back, it was great to see. Obviously, the defense is playing out of their mind. Brian Flores is a wizard. The offense is rolling. Sam Darnold's playing some good ball, but
God bless.
Thank you.
But I just don't trust Sam Darnold at the end of the day. So my number 5 team is the Bills. They just got Amari Cooper, and we saw the dividends it played when he barely was even out there. Buddy didn't even know what route he was running. He asked Keon Coleman. Keon Coleman probably didn't even know either. He just said, go over there.
Run a post.
And Josh Allen just zipped him a touchdown.
Yep.
Shout out to Coop. Shout out to A Sleazy. A Sleazy. But yeah, and this defense is, like I said a few weeks ago, I was wrong about the Bills defense because if Sean McDermott's going to do anything, he's going to get the most out of his players defensively. We see it time and time again. These guys just come out of nowhere. Whenever the Bills deal with an injury, they just, we always talk about it in basketball. You just got to have that next man up mentality. And the Bills just, I think they embody that more than any team in the NFL, honestly, especially on the defensive side of the ball. So getting Amari Cooper fills it, like we said last week, it fills their only hole. So I think this is as complete of a football team as we have in the league with Josh Allen playing the best ball of his career and, still has yet to throw an interception, which is just absurd for Josh Allen.
Yeah.
It's absurd. Yeah. At number 4, I got to put the Packers. I got to put the Pack, man.
Let's fucking go, Chris.
I said I didn't know if the defense was sticky, and they keep showing week after week.
Didn't even force a turnover, by the way.
It's sticky. That's what I needed to see. I needed to see the Packers have a great defensive performance without it being because they forced turnovers. Yep. And they completely shut out the words.
Stroud.
They completely shut out C.J. Stroud and the Texans. Tank Dell with a fat goose egg. And then Jordan Love. I mean, Jordan Love, he's going to throw an interception. But after that interception, the man is fucking Tom Brady.
He's got so much Favre in him, bro.
I called him
really
I called him the Brett Favre of Jameis Winston's.
Yeah, like literally. I mean, he's tied with Mahomes with 8 interceptions. Both of them have 8 interceptions, but the conversation's yeah, it's so absurd. But the conversation's completely different. Mahomes, it's this guy sucks. Put the fries in the bag, bro. And Jordan Love, it's oh my god, he's the greatest ever. Listen, he does some shit that it's like, holy shit, this guy's the greatest ever. But that's why it's hard to trust the Packers, just because of the variance. Like I said, on the defensive side of the ball, there was variance, but after that last performance, I think this defense is elite. I'll give them they're a top 7 defensive unit in the league, I'll say, just off the top of my head without looking at stats or anything. And Jordan Love, any given week, can be the best quarterback in the whole league. So you got to put the Packers at 4, especially after that performance. At number 3, this is where I'm going to put the Detroit Lions. I'd love to put them higher, but I just can't put them over the teams I have at 2 and 1. They're an absolute unit, though. I don't really need to say much about the Lions. I can't do it. My number 2 team is the Baltimore.
The Jets. Okay. The Dolphins.
At number 2, I have the Baltimore Ravens. I really wanted to put them at 1, and I kind of wish we did this list just based on what we've seen so far this year, because I wanted to put them at 1 so fucking bad. The way they're playing right now, look, the defense obviously got a little bit worse from last year, but we just saw last night they had a great game. Obviously, the Bucs scored some garbage time touchdowns to make it closer than it seemed.
Baker also
handed them the game.
Helped them out a little bit.
Yeah, but they had a really good defensive performance, and then just this guy Lamar just gets better and better every year. It's not normal. He was the MVP last year. He's a 2-time MVP, and he's playing the best ball of his career, coming off a 5 passing touchdown night. And then, like we said last week, it's just that peanut butter and jelly with Derrick Henry. I mean, we always knew the passing game looks a little bit easier for Lamar because of the threat of his legs. So he sees looks that other quarterbacks don't see, which, lighten things up on him. But then you add the best running back in the NFL, and it opens up everything else more. And just, the passing game, it's effortless for them right now.
Yeah.
They're the best offense in the NFL right now, and to me, it's not really close right now, and it's just so effortless for them. And I really want to put them at 1, but I just can't do it. My number 1 team is the Kansas City Chiefs. I've said it time and time again. They are the best team in football until proven otherwise, and they're yet to lose a goddamn game. They just keep finding a way. They are the best defense in the NFL. They're the best at winning close games. When you got to have it, they have it. Even in a game where Pat Mahomes plays like dog shit.
Which is all of them. It's been all of them.
He'll run you over to ice the game.
That was nuts.
That was crazy.
He'll put you in a body bag to ice the game. The man just finds a way. And I know it's fun to shit on Patrick Mahomes right now because he's not playing too well. The man's going to figure it out.
Oh, yeah.
The man's going to figure it out.
No doubt in my mind.
And instead of...
he's also trying shit.
Yeah.
Regular
they're
season, bro,
shit.
he's trying shit.
Yeah. And
So,
instead of shitting on Patrick Mahomes and having fun taking jabs at him, the media and the national consensus should be shitting their pants that the Chiefs are able to win games like this. So, like I said, until proven otherwise, they just have to be at number 1.
Sure. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'll go next. I like the list. At number 5, I do have the Minnesota Vikings. I don't know how much of Sam Darnold, and I know the first few weeks he looked lights out, like one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. I think we knew that wasn't sustainable, but I think he can be good enough to keep this Vikings team at the top, near the top, because everything around him is basically perfect. This offensive line is amazing. The system, Kevin O'Connell can scheme me open. Justin Jefferson is the best wide receiver in football. TJ Hawkinson's coming back. Aaron Jones been playing some damn good ball. And this Brian Flores defense has been amazing. So at 5, I'm going to go with the Minnesota Vikings. At 4, I have the Green Bay Packers. And the thing about the Packers is you said their defense has been elite. It's gotten better every week. And Xavier McKinney, I mean, if there was a safety that was going to win Defensive Player of the Year, there may be another one out there, but Xavier McKinney deserves to be in that damn conversation. I mean, the man just makes big play after big play constantly, and then Jordan Love, it's like, yeah, like I said, Brett Favre and Jameis Winston's. He's going to chuck that ball downfield, and you're going to be like, what the hell are you doing? And then he's going to go chuck the ball downfield again. It's going to be like, that's the greatest play I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And shout out Josh Jacobs getting his first receiving touchdown. He went 200 catches without a touchdown.
More than 200, yeah.
207, I think it was.
It was like,
But the offense looks great, and the defense looks great despite Rashawn Gary not playing well and Kenny Clark not being well, who were usually rock solid for them on that side of the ball, and they haven't looked good this season. And still, they're figuring it out. So, Green Bay Packers, absolute wagon. At number 3, I have the Baltimore Ravens. Chris, I love everything you said about them, and you can interchange these top 3, kind of. At least 2 and 3 you can interchange, I think, and it's fine. Derrick Henry, I mean, I don't know who allowed those two to play together, Derrick Henry and Lamar, and then you put Pat Ricard back there, and you put that offensive line back there. It's not fair. I saw Derrick Henry do a spin move last night. My heart almost stopped. Derrick Henry should not be allowed to do spin moves. I mean, it's just not fair. And then Zay Flowers looks like a real legit wide receiver 1 right now, and Mark Andrews coming back to life. Who knew? Defense doesn't look as great as last year, but their offense is so damn good. It hasn't mattered. Lamar's throwing 5 touchdowns, like you said. Won an MVP last year. Probably on his way to another one. At number 2, I have the brand new Detroit Lions. They lost Aiden Hutchinson. Yeah, they lost Aiden Hutchinson. The heart and soul of their defense looked like they didn't even miss him in this one at some points. Brian Branch was that other safety I mentioned that should be in the Defensive Player of the Year conversations. This guy makes big play after big play for this Detroit Lions team. This secondary has looked elite. The run game, 2-headed monster. Montgomery went down, limped off the field, and I was like, well, that's not good. This is really bad. And then a few minutes later, he's back. He's back in there, running all over him once again. Yep. And then guess what? They got Jahmyr Gibbs, another fantastic running back, and Amon-Ra St. Brown, and just guys making plays all over the field. And Jared Goff, dealing. He was dealing in this one. And even when they went up by a bunch of touchdowns, I texted in the chat, and I was like, Lions are the best team in football right now, right? And we were like, yeah, it's not even close. And then they let the Vikings come back, and then they still pulled out and won a close one. So those are things you love to see. And at number 1, 6-0, undefeated. Pat Mahomes and the boys. The Chiefs didn't play offense this week and won a football game. Like, how do they lose? Like seriously, like, how do they lose? If Pat Mahomes is out there literally trying to lose you football games and still you come out and in the end you pull away and separate yourself. Anytime you need a big play, a big stop on 3rd down, whatever it is, Spags and the defense, they're going to step up. Chris Jones, he's going to make the play. Trent McDuffie, going to make the play. Some random fucking 4th stringer, going to make the play because that's just what the Chiefs do.
People also aren't understanding that just because Pat Mahomes is playing bad, that he's also still showing up in these gotta-have-it moments.
Right.
Week in and week out. And every single gotta-have-it moment, he's still showing up. Yeah. So,
and it's a 6-0 that, and they're not getting up at these podiums and saying, yeah, man, we're just playing some good ball and we're going to keep doing what we're doing. No, they're not satisfied at all. They hate that they're winning. Yeah, they hate that they're winning. I almost don't want them to lose a game because of what might come after that, you know? So 6-0 speaks for itself, number 1 team in the NFL.
Yes, so I'm actually surprised that 2 people on this couch had the Packers ranked higher than I did. I have the Packers at number 5. And I put the Packers at number 5 because at number 4, simply put, this quarterback is just better than the other quarterback, and that's the Buffalo Bills. Josh Allen obviously just played one of the best games that he's played all season, and it's the first game that Amari Cooper comes in. And not to mention, who else played the best game of their season in the first game that Amari Cooper played? Keon Coleman. Keon Coleman.
So the easy thing to say is, well, look at the way Amari Cooper's taking the stress off of Keon Coleman. Twitter nerds did, yeah?
Yep.
Twitter nerd, you know what I'm going to say?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't.
Twitter nerds did, some watching the game back. Keon Coleman on all his targets, Amari Cooper was not on the field for a single one of them.
Really?
Yeah, Keon Coleman just had a good game.
That's
and he
awesome.
was cooking.
Yeah, he just had a good game. It had nothing to do with Amari Cooper taking any pressure off of him. It was just a good game.
Yeah.
So
I can only imagine
Yeah.
what it's going to be like when you have these two guys on the field together. And I'm not saying Keon's some sort of stud, but I am saying that Keon is going to play the Gabe Davis role better than Gabe Davis ever could have imagined playing the Gabe Davis role. So you're going to get multiple games of Keon that's just 2 touchdowns out of nowhere because he has that capability. And the run game is alive and well. Ray Davis looks like a goddamn stud and has one of the best stories in the entire NFL, might I add. And the defense, it's not fully healthy right now, but it's getting fully healthy. I do fear, and the reason I put them at 4 is their run defense. Their run defense has been spotty all year. It's been spotty in the past, and that will probably end up being the death of them at some point or another. So at number 3, I agree with you, Chris. I wanted to put them higher, but I didn't. It is the Baltimore Ravens. I'm still questioning how good their defense actually is. I know we said they had a good defensive performance last night, but Baker costed them an early massive lead. That was big time. You cannot throw a pick in a situation like that to go up to potentially go up 3 scores if they got to 17. So all in all, I had to put the Ravens here, but this is greatest show on turf type offensive performance from the Ravens. So historical shit. These two are just different in the backfield. Rashad Bateman coming out party now. Isaiah Likely, we obviously saw what he did in week 1. It's any week, one of these receivers could just go absolutely crazy.
That cutback on the touchdown Bateman had was just like dirty.
Yeah, and he caught the the deep bomb, which dimed by Lamar, by the way, right in the breadbasket.
Lamar's playing lights out, bro. It's really insane.
He really is. So this leads me to say this. At number 2, of course I did. Of course I was the only one that didn't put them at 1. Where did you have the Chiefs?
I had them at 1.
Yeah. Of course I'm the only one that didn't do it.
You don't respect greatness.
Kansas City Chiefs are at number 2 for me because of the way they've been winning. But they're the Chiefs. The Chiefs is the Chiefs. But at number 1, there's an absolute wagon on the way to the Super Bowl right now, and that is the Detroit Lions. Jared Goff playing the best football of his life. You got a 2-headed monster in the backfield. You got the best offensive line in all of football, and it is not even close. Amon-Ra, one of the best wide receivers. J-Mo getting suspended again. God damn it. Sam Laporta out there not even doing anything right now. Because he doesn't have to. And then the defense, which is just seemingly going to improve week by week. They were handling the Vikings prior to that fumble 6, which kind of brought the game back a little bit. Never should have happened, but the fumble 6 put the Vikings back in the game. Prior to that, the Lions.
We got a record put on us. That's good.
The Lions were handling them. And it's just that simple. Yeah, I mean, the Knicks suck.
Most threes all time.
The Knicks suck, man. I'm talking about number 1. The Knicks might be 30 of all the NBA teams.
32. Fuck it.
I was about
Bring
to
up a G League team.
I mean, we literally just versed the fucking Celtics.
Yeah,
Like,
they're the defending NBA champs. But
it's a terrible way to start the season.
But the future NFL champs, the future Super Bowl champs is the Detroit Lions, in my personal opinion. Shout out the 100%. Chiefs. Shout out Patrick Mahomes. They need to make a move. I don't think that this receiving core long-term can – no, I'm not going to say they can't win the Super Bowl because I'm not going to do that again. They definitely can win the Super Bowl. I have them at number 2. But they need a receiver. They desperately need a receiver. You get a receiver, I won't even question this. You get Deontay Johnson. I'll be like, you know what? Fuck the Lions, man. The Chiefs go up to number 1. But this receiving core is actually somehow worse than last year's receiving core.
Well, their best receiver got killed.
Well, yeah,
that'll do it.
I know, but we also
but
didn't really.
Yeah.
We didn't really plug in other parts. We thought Xavier Worthy was going to be a lot better than he has been to this point. He's a rookie. He's a very, very, very tiny rookie, might I add. Ayo. But all in all, I think the Chiefs are still the best team in the AFC. They're the class of the AFC. They're probably going to make the Super Bowl again, one way or another. But I just think there's another wagon on the opposite conference, and it's the Detroit Lions.
It's funny because I put the Lions at 2 and I put the Chiefs at 1. He was switched off.
That was all of us. You guys had the Lions.
I did say from the producer Mike. I did say last season that I think next year the Lions are going to win the Super Bowl.
Dude.
So I'd love to see how this ages.
But how are the Lions better than the Chiefs, bro?
I don't.
Better O-line. I know you're gonna whisper. I know you're gonna say Patrick Mahomes, and that's perfectly okay. Because Patrick Mahomes is that dude. But if you're going to ask me, how the Lions are better than the Chiefs, I'm going to give you an answer. I think they have a better offensive line by far. That's by far.
Sure.
Better running backs by far. They can control the shit out of the game against any team they play.
No, keep going.
Pat might not even get the ball.
Good ball right
Pat
now,
might
bro.
not even get the ball. But
I mean, Spags will shut that shit up real quick.
I don't know about this one. I don't know about this team.
Come on, man.
I don't know about this team.
Spags has never failed.
He also hasn't necessarily faced this wagon of a Detroit Lions team.
This guy.
This is different, bro. This Lions team is different. They could beat you in any which way. Any single
they were
way.
different in the Super Bowl, right? The Eagles were different. Yeah. Kyle Shanahan's different, right?
Well, let's talk about the turnover machine, Jalen Hurts over there.
He wasn't
Jalen
turnover
Hurts
machine that year.
played. Everyone was saying how he played better than Mahomes.
He fumbled and cost
Sure.
the Super Bowl.
What about Shanahan?
But it's okay. But don't talk about Spags fucking shutting down the Eagles when they put like 30 on their domes.
Won the game.
He didn't.
He'll
He didn't
figure
shut
it
them
out.
down.
He'll figure it out.
But he did enough to win the game.
He didn't
thing
shut
is,
shit
like,
down.
it-
though.
yeah,
but he did enough to win the
But
game.
time out. You're not talking about. But you're not talking
But it's just
about.
a combination of everything. So, sure, Spags didn't shut them out. But when you have Mahomes,
Right.
when you have Spags, and when you have Andy Reid, it doesn't matter that the Lions have a good O-line.
Yeah, but you got Dan Campbell,
You've got two straight Super Bowls.
MCDC,
Nah,
Motor
Bro, you got
City,
two straight.
bro.
Dan
You got two
Campbell.
straight.
I know.
Lions are a better football team overall than the Chiefs, but the Chiefs have the biggest X factor in all of football, and that is Patrick Mahomes. I
Who
get
do you
it.
think is more likely to win the Super Bowl?
The Detroit Lions.
Man.
The Detroit
They got to
Lions.
make podcast equipment more expensive.
The Detroit Lions are more likely to
We need
win
a
the Super
studio,
Bowl.
man.
As I said, as currently constructed, the Detroit Lions are more likely to win the Super Bowl than the Kansas City Chiefs.
I mean,
My opinion could change tomorrow if they trade for Cooper Kupp or they trade for Deontay Johnson. One receiver makes this a completely different game.
You know what I
right
think this comes down to? I think the Chiefs are a better franchise than the Lions, and that's
now.
where.
But don't
Well,
compare the two.
the Lions.
Do not compare
No, but-
the two.
no, but
because
I
feel
know what
like-
you're saying, but this Lions regime is different.
this is one of the best front offices,
Brand
if
new
not the
Lions.
best front
Yeah.
office.
I
in
do
all
still
the
trust
entire
the
NFL.
Chiefs'
Right.
overall regime
Yeah,
more
sure.
because you just
But I
have
think
to
the
because
Lions
they've
have
done the
have
things.
gotten-
But yeah, the Lions have a great organization.
No, but
there.
Three years.
This is where but that was kind of like when I really dig deep into like the reason why I put the Lions second and then the Chiefs first is like I look at like the franchise as a whole and I'm like, well, I guess you have to put the Chiefs at one. But if they did versus each other, that would be a fucking dogfight, bro. And I do think that the Chiefs would need like one more weapon offensively to kind of give them that edge over to where it's like no question the Chiefs win. You know what I mean? So it is kind of back to back. You know what I mean? It is like both of the backs.
Yeah,
against
I
the
mean,
wall that
I also
game.
think
At
the
the end
Lions
of
need
the-
to trade for an edge rusher.
At the end of the day,
That is happening.
anyone could beat anyone in football,
Right.
obviously. But just
I know the Chiefs are him.
I'm gonna take the guys that have won the biggest game.
The Chiefs are
twice in a
defying
row.
that logic
Right.
because no
Yeah,
one
yeah,
could
yeah.
fucking beat them when it
Right.
matters.
Yeah.
Like,
No,
Haven't
that's
played the
true.
Lions yet.
we're seeing it this year though. They're running through like it's not like they're beating nobodies either. They're
playing the best of the
they're
best right now,
beating
yeah.
good teams,
They
bro.
are.
Hell yeah.
I agree.
Like I know the 49ers are hobbled and shit and like the box score was close, but like that shit wasn't close. Like it was never in doubt. Like
That's a battered, destroyed.
I know,
Niners.
but my point
Shell of
being is
itself
we've
at this
watched the
point.
Chiefs all year, and despite Patrick Mahomes leading the league in interceptions and playing like a bottom 10 quarterback in the league, like tell me if I'm wrong. I mean, maybe this is just the Chiefs fan in me. It's for me personally watching them. It's never been
Never
in
in
doubt
doubt.
all year.
No.
Not a single second that they've played football this year have I thought Chiefs might lose this game. Not a second.
I agree because it's just
Not
the
a
factor
second.
of
I mean
that-
the Ravens, in my opinion, but that was it. That was it. The Ravens were the only time. But like I said, I'm not saying that the Chiefs. I literally have them at number 2.
It also helps
They're the
having the refs
favorite.
on your side, forcing you to win every game.
They're the favorite in the
can't
AFC.
argue-
There's
can't
no
argue with
question.
that.
I agree with that. But I'm just saying, I think the
No, I
Lions.
completely agree. I'm being
Cheesecake,
sarcastic.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think the Lions are the best football team in the NFL.
All right. Before we move on, a quick break to give a shout out to our partners over at Underdog. If you guys don't know Underdog, get with the times. Underdog is the best daily fantasy sports app. Thursday Night Football, we got a clash of one great team, one not so great team. Between the Rams and the Vikings, Cooper Kupp's back, so this should be a fun game. So we're going to give you guys some plays for the Thursday night game. I'll get it started. I don't know what I'm taking, actually. Maybe I shouldn't get it started.
I'll get it started.
No, I'll get it started. It's simple. It's only a 0.8, so it lowers your payout a little bit, but it's the lock of all locks. Kyron Williams to score a touchdown.
More 2 touchdown games than 0 touchdown games in his career.
That's insane. That is insane. Yeah. Kyron Williams higher than 0.5 rushing or receiving touchdowns. It's just so free.
Love it. I was going to take it, but I was like, I don't know how we're going to feel about the 0.8, but it's absolutely the lock of all locks against the Rams defense. Speaking of a shitty Rams,
he can't go against the Rams defense.
He's going against the...
he is on the Rams.
Yeah.
Well,
I did that a lot recently.
Yeah, you did that last week. Yeah, well, even against a good Vikings defense, Kyron Williams just scores touchdowns.
Find a way.
I have a guy going up against a beaten, battered, bad Rams defense. Jordan Addison for higher than 40.5 receiving yards. Matt, I know he was your start of the week, and I don't think
put
he
up
came.
like 9.
Yeah, he didn't do well.
I think Addison might have been the only one that failed.
Yeah, I don't know how his yards were, but again, like I said, against his battered Rams secondary, this game definitely has shootout potential with Stafford and Kupp back together, and you want every bit of it. So Jordan Addison has a nose for getting the ball deep. I'm going to take him for higher than 40.5.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is desperation time for the Rams for sure. This could be a high-scoring game, but I don't even think it needs to be a high-scoring game for Justin Jefferson to go higher than 83.5 receiving yards against an awful, for most of this year, and honestly for the entirety of this year, Rams secondary. So I'm taking Jettas. I think it's easy. Jettas is the best receiver in the NFL. Worst secondary in the NFL. Come on, it's a lock.
Is that right?
For me, I am going Cooper Kupp higher than 69.5 receiving yards.
69, nice. Is that why you picked it?
It's part of the reason.
Possibly.
About 69% of it.
The main reason I go with that is because I was looking at this game and I was literally saying, my bad, I didn't acknowledge that. That was funny. I was literally looking at this game and I was like, yo, I love Jettas over and I love Cooper Kupp's over. Higher. And you already took higher, and I love Jettas higher, and I love Cooper Kupp's higher. And you already took Jettas higher, so
Yeah.
I took Cooper Kupp higher.
I had to, bro. It was
So-
the quickest and easiest one I saw.
No, I'm
there,
happy
and I
one of
was
you
like,
did, because I was going to say, like, I would have loved to take both of them, but you already did the job for me.
Hey, you can
Yeah.
take
That's the
both
idea
of
here,
them.
man.
You can
Yeah.
take both of them.
Definitely can.
But we
take
only
both
got
of
to
them.
pick one each for this, so, with that being said, I'm happy we each.
But I think we're all gonna put all of our picks into one big slip here, and we're gonna make some money.
make some free coin.
We're gonna
Yeah,
make some
so
money.
if you guys want to ride these picks or if you want to fade them, be sure to sign up for Underdog and use code BallGame for up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you sign up, deposit some money, and make your first entry. So, sign up, throw $10 in, ride our picks, or do the exact opposite, and then you're going to get some bonus money in your account to, play around with. There's no reason not to sign up. It's free money. So
Yep.
make sure you guys do that. All right.
Sure. Everyone loves free money, man.
Is it me?
Yep.
Oh, moving on. The NFL trade deadline is coming up in 2 weeks. November 5th is the NFL trade deadline. So we are going to do buy or sell these NFL trade deadline rumors. I'm going to list off some guys that I've seen in the rumors, and you guys are just simply going to tell me if you're buying or selling the fact that they will be moved before the deadline.
Nothing else controversial is going on November 5th, right? Nothing crazy?
Not that I know
Nothing
of.
that we need to pay attention to? All right.
Not
Not that I know of.
Not that I know of. With that being said, the guy who has been in the headlines all of today, he was just in Pete's Underdog play, started off hot. Mr. Cooper Kupp coming back from injury, and already the Rams said, we don't care that you're back from injury. Our season's over. We're putting you up on the block. Are you guys buying or selling the fact that Cooper Kupp will get moved before the deadline?
This is maybe just something you want to see it happen, so you believe it happens. I mean, listen, if the Rams go out and lose on Thursday Night Football and their season is over, why not trade your 31-year-old receiver that has a list of injuries, and they're asking a second-round pick for them, and if they get it, they get it. I think they got to take it. I'm buying that Cooper Kupp is getting traded. I think it's going to happen.
I thought you were
Unfortunately,
leading that into a sell. Honestly,
No.
you were saying it's something that you want to see happen.
no, I want to see it happen, so I believe it's going to happen. I'm gonna,
I mean, I'm going to take what you said at first, and I'm going to say the opposite thing. I mean, of course, it's something that I want to see happen, but it's not something that I think will happen. I'm selling it. I think Cooper Kupp is a Ram. I think Cooper Kupp and Matthew Stafford, well, currently he is a Ram, of course, but I think Cooper Kupp and Matthew Stafford are the best of friends. Their breakfast meetings are not done and over with. They will do that for the remainder of the season and then go from there.
Yeah, agree to that.
You don't think Cooper Kupp's getting traded?
No, I don't see why they would. Have
He's
to
a
trade
chief.
him. I mean, the thing is though, like at the end of the day, like Cooper Kupp would be a vital weapon for the Rams. So for them to let go of him, even though he's slightly injury prone and he has his history of not playing for the full season, I can't see why they wouldn't want to keep him, especially with him being such a vital weapon to the team.
Sure.
Okay.
Next up, we're going to stay with the wide receivers. We're going to go with my boy, who, man, it was a dumpster fire of a game for them this past Sunday. Deontay Johnson.
Love him, hate him, he's him.
So are you buying or selling the fact that he's getting traded?
What the fuck does that mean?
It would be stupid if they traded him, but I'll let Tom go first.
No, God, I'm asking you.
Wait, you're here.
You think it'd be stupid if they traded Deontay?
Well, why would they get rid of him? He's doing well.
They suck.
Well, the Panthers suck.
But why wouldn't he's a free agent after the season?
Well, the Rams
Why
also
wouldn't
suck. The same logic.
Well, but the Rams at
No,
least
I'm
have
saying-
a chance to turn their season around.
Do they?
I'm saying
Yes.
the Panthers probably shouldn't want to get rid of him, but if I were him, I would want to leave.
Yes, but if a guy is going, so obviously I'm.
I think that's bullshit. You signed up for this. Like you signed there. Like,
Well, no,
he
but
knew what he was getting
wants
himself
to
into.
leave.
Sure,
He
I
wants to
guess.
leave. I'm buying that Deontay Johnson is going to get traded. He's a free agent after the season. The Carolina Panthers suck. There's so many young receivers on that team that you would probably want to get reps at this point. Deontay is too good to stay on the Panthers for the rest of the year as well. Their poverty, it's just quite simple. It's cut and dry. Deontay will be off this team.
Oh, he got a 1-year deal?
No, but I'm pretty sure he never re-upped.
Oh, okay.
So
All right, they traded for him. That's right. I thought he signed there.
I think he's a free
I
agent.
thought he
after the
signed
season.
there. That's why I talked.
If someone wants to vet,
if
that
he's a
for
free
me.
agent, then I think there's no doubt he gets traded. If you can get anything at all for him, your season's over. Get it. Let your young receivers develop. Yeah, I think Deontay will get traded. Sure. I want to see a jam-packed trade deadline, but I think Deontay will be traded.
All right, we're going to stay with the wide receivers. A guy who was in this same segment when we did it last year, the three of us, Mr. DeAndre Hopkins.
Man.
I want to buy this.
Right.
because
I do too.
I want to see that man. I want to see that man play some meaningful football before it's said and done.
Now, there's
you know?
a chief.
AB left us a few years ago. Julio is not on a team anymore. He's kind of the last of an era there. I know Mike Evans is still pushing and Taylor's still pushing, but Hop is like more of a era.
Hop was the
yeah,
guy,
he's like kind of an era before those guys in a
Yeah.
way, if that makes
He
sense.
was like the middle of everything.
yeah. But I
Who's
look
there
at Hop
first?
more in the Antonio Brown.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
the
yeah.
2010s more than like
Agreed.
the 2020s. You know what I mean?
Again, I don't see why you wouldn't trade Hopkins if someone's going to pay you something for him. I mean, you've got if Will Levis was like full go rest of season, I'd say try and keep as much help around him as possible with veteran receivers and stuff. But Will Levis fucking sucks, and they don't want to play him. So, but they do want to win games if they're putting Rudolph out there. Who do they play this week? What are they, 2-5?
I think so. So
Something
we're
of that
2-4.
matter.
They suck. Trade Hopkins. Get him out.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy it. I think D Hop's out of there. It's I don't gotta go in depth about it. I just think DeAndre Hopkins is gonna get traded.
Yep. Pete, yeah, traded.
I mean,
Traded from the Titans or no?
he's not really doing the Titans any justice right now.
Well, the Titans definitely ain't doing.
Same
him
can be
justice.
said. Yeah, same can be said about
And
the
And
the
vice
Titans aren't
versa,
doing him
yeah.
justice, so
inverse.
yeah, I say he gets traded, and I hope he does very, very well on the other side.
Yeah.
That's a guy that like we saw historically, like just being like he's just that dude. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And like he's not that dude this year, nor towards like
No one's that
majority.
dude in Tennessee, yeah.
yeah. It's that's all it really comes down to. So with that being said, I really hope he does well elsewhere. It's like wasted talent in a way. I guess is the best way I could put it.
Sure.
All right, so I just had 3 receivers for you guys. We're going to move to the other side of the ball. I have 2 pass rushers to end off this list. The first one it's been a very weird and murky situation these last few weeks. His name has been all over the rumors. It's Mr. Mad Max Crosby. Are we buying or selling Mad Max on the move?
I think this is what I said with Cup, like you want to see it happen, so you want to believe it. I don't think Max Crosby's going anywhere before the trade deadline. I mean, he said I know he came out and said like he wants to play winning football and doesn't really care where that is, but this guy's a Raider. I mean, and they don't want to trade him. Like the reports are that teams have called and like basically the response is you better start with 3 first-round picks, and even then we're not listening to you. So like I don't think Max is going to go before the trade deadline.
I don't even want.
That's the cornerstone of their team. Like
I don't want to skip AJ, but I'm so passionate about my answer right here. Sorry, like Max Crosby is literally like I feel like the face of the Raiders right now.
Yeah.
He's the only other like when you think of Raiders, you think of Max Crosby. So like I don't know. What?
Yeah, Rui hammered
threw down on Rudy.
Whenever you guys do that, I think you're reacting to what I'm saying.
Sorry.
Sometimes.
No, it's good. Yeah, like I don't know, like you look at Max Crosby, like you think Raiders, and like plus he I feel like nobody else on that team has as much passion as him. Like you see him on the field, he's chirping, he's getting aggressive, like
chirping.
he's
Massive
amping up. He's a massive shit talker. Like he's just always fucking amped up, bro.
Yeah.
Like that guy
Heart and
is
soul of the
like
team.
yeah, it's just like he is also a clear leader for that defense. So with that being said, I hope he doesn't go anywhere. I don't think he'll want to go anywhere. But yeah, shout out Max Crosby.
What kind of message are you sending to the rest of the
Raiders.
locker room if you trade the face of the franchise right now? Like
Imagine him on the Jets, bro. Shit, maybe that's what we need.
I'm fully selling it. I don't think Max Crosby is going to be traded.
All right, the last guy I had on my list, another pass rusher who, again, his name has been thrown around the rumors these past few days on another dumpster fire of an organization, Mr. Myles Garrett.
kind of everything I just said about Max is the same thing. Same way I feel about Garrett. Like Myles Garrett, Max Crosby, one of ones. You don't trade those guys. Like I said, if they demand out, then different story. But it sends such a bad omen to the rest of your locker room if you say like no one is untouchable, no matter everything you've done for us. I don't think Myles Garrett's going anywhere, because if you have Myles Garrett, you have a good defense and you can it's just such a easy thing to build off of. So I don't think Myles Garrett's going anywhere.
So I think the simple answer would be no. I agree. But this is a very different situation than that of the Raiders that we were just talking about. The whole Deshaun Watson situation has created a murky situation for the Cleveland Browns franchise as a whole. I think right now what you need to do is, unfortunately, you need to trade your best player, your face of the franchise over the last few years, because of the fact that you need as many picks as possible to build the rest of the roster due to a $75 million cap hit over the next 2 seasons to your fully guaranteed quarterback who, A, is not good at football, and B, Myles Garrett's getting traded.
Sure.
Think he's getting traded?
Before the deadline?
I don't know, but
That's a question.
I think they're... no. Obviously, I don't know if I thought you were asking like right before.
Oh, like today? No, yeah.
I don't. But
By the deadline.
So here's my thing. I think the Lions are guaranteed to call teams for edge rushers right now and say, we're willing to give up whatever the hell you want.
3 first-round picks, Myles
You want
Garrett.
3 first? Yep. Myles Garrett comes here? Hell yeah, bro. We get to pair Myles Garrett and Aiden Hutchinson up when he gets back eventually too. Fuck yes. Like, I think that's an easy thing for the Lions to do, and that just even elevates you to another level in the Super Bowl conversation. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I think it's a foregone conclusion for the Browns. If you could get 2 firsts and even 2 seconds or something like that, I think you'd be crazy to say no in the current situation that your franchise is in.
I feel like Myles Garrett, he even loves
Cleveland.
He loves Cleveland, and he even loves his quarterback. He was defending Deshaun Watson when everybody was booing on his injury.
Yeah.
Did he defend him fully?
I didn't see anything about Garrett.
The quote was, he's been a really good human being for like for most of his career or something.
Okay, ready?
No,
and
he said for his college career and most of his pro
there it
career.
was.
Like, he made sure to say most of his
Yeah,
pro
he
career.
played media training. He got some media training.
Yeah, so what I'm getting at here is he's willing to put himself in a vulnerable position to voice something like that is very, very what's the word, controversial.
Yeah.
And I think somebody who has that much passion for probably the most hated player on their team loves their team. And with that being said, I think he stays with the Browns.
Sure.
If it was up to him.
Yeah. We are going to build the all NFC North fantasy football team. Normal fantasy team, 1 quarterback, 2 running back, 2 receivers, 1 tight end, and 1 flex. Starting at the quarterback position, there's some options here. No one's overwhelmingly the favorite here, I think.
NFC North right now, correct?
I did say.
Sorry, okay. At the quarterback position,
my vote would be for Jordan Love here. I just think he has the highest ceiling.
I would agree. Yeah.
I completely agree with that.
Easily
Yes.
Dunzo.
Yeah.
I think Jared Goff has been lights out the last couple of weeks, but
Yeah, but
Jordan
the
Love's
Lions are just going to run all over people.
yeah.
a lot,
Jordan Love's
so.
ceiling is ridiculously
Yeah, we'll
high.
take-
Caleb could be really good the rest of the season too, though. So who knows? But
Moving on to the running backs, I think one guy has to be a lock on here, and it might not be who you guys think I'm going to say. I think Aaron Jones has to be a lock on this team. Given how he's played this season.
Not Gibbs?
I think Gibbs is the lock.
I think Gibbs is the lock.
So
Gibbs is definitely the lock.
my
but-
thing with Gibbs is I don't know if we pick Gibbs or Monty.
or both.
I want to give flowers to Aaron Jones.
Aaron
Maybe
Jones
at
has been
flex.
phenomenal.
Let's put him at flex. All right.
So we're gonna
Because
pass
up
over the
until-
Bears.
Up until,
We're gonna
shout out DeAndre Swift. Shout out Josh Jacobs.
Josh Jacobs
Yeah.
had a great game, but I think Jacobs could be great for the rest of the season.
Not as good as these guys, though, I don't think.
Aaron Jones has been awesome all
been
year.
on
When
one, bro.
when he's been healthy, he's been awesome
Yeah.
all year. He looks just as young as he did last season during the playoffs. Yeah, I would go with Gibbs and I would go with Aaron Jones.
That's where I'm at, too. I'm
Yeah.
Gibbs and Aaron Jones.
Don't got much debate there.
All right. Moving on to the wide receivers. I think this is pretty self-explanatory too.
Jefferson,
Jettas
Jettas
and
and
Amon-Ra.
Amon-Ra.
Brown, call it a
Easily.
day.
That
Yep.
ain't even yeah.
Now here's where things get a little bit tricky at the tight end
God.
position.
Yeah.
Because
Uh-oh.
this is a shit show. We have Sam Laporta, who's underperforming, who should be the easy lock for this team, but he's not.
Right.
We have Tucker Kraft, who's overperforming and having a really damn good season. We have no one for the Bears, and we have
biggest
no
hit
one
or
for
miss
the.
in Cole Kmet.
Cole Kmet.
I ain't putting Cole Kmet on my damn team.
But I don't want to start him.
Bro.
I want to have him on my bench. Just
Honestly,
to say,
I forgot Cole Kmet existed.
Yeah.
When I was saying that, I was thinking Gerald Everett because he was when the season started.
He was the main
starter.
guy.
Yeah.
I'm
Cole
not-
Kmet's had a great season.
I wouldn't put Cole Kmet on this list. It's just too hit or miss.
I want
It
him on my
can't be
bench.
On
Sam
this team, I should
Laporta.
say.
I
No,
want
it
him
can't
on
be
my
Laporta.
bench.
Sam
So it's
Laporta.
between Tucker Kraft and Cole Kmet. Shit.
Jesus. They're the tight end 3 and 4, by the way, on the year.
Oh,
or
man.
for the remainder of the season.
No.
Who?
Hawk?
Jay Hawkins.
No, we're not
No,
putting
you're
a
not
guy who
doing
hasn't
Hawk, bro.
played. on
Yeah.
the team.
I would go Tucker Kraft.
This isn't like I know we're projecting a little bit here, I guess, but like this is
What we've
this,
seen
This should be
plus-
mainly based on what we've seen so far.
Yeah, that's fine. I personally would pick Tucker Kraft over Cole Kmet.
I go Komet.
So tough.
This is tough.
It's like, because also it's not even like I could say one team has the better quarterback. Because
I
like,
know.
I mean, technically we pick Jordan Love as the better quarterback here for fantasy football, but
Caleb
Williams is him, bro.
Caleb Williams gets better and better every single week.
bro. So it's like, do we feel like Cole Kmet's gonna have a really good following of the rest of the season in reflection of Caleb Williams, or do we think Tucker Kraft,
Yeah, this
still
pick-
keeps that loving relationship with Jordan Love? And it's like,
See what you did there.
I feel like
This
I
pick
feel-
has to be projection because, like Tom
This is-
said, they're the tight end 3 and
Yeah,
4
yeah.
on
Man,
the year. So
you
it's
want me to be
give or
honest with
take
you?
there.
I would be more comfortable taking Tucker Kraft, but I also would be equally as comfortable flipping a coin and saying Tucker Kraft is heads and Cole Kmet is tails and going with whoever it
Well,
lands
I mean,
on.
it sounds like your vote's for Kraft.
Yeah,
So if you
I
also vote
love
for
Tucker
Kraft,
Kraft.
then that's what we got to.
This might be personal bias. I love Tucker Kraft.
I love Tucker Kraft.
so-
I'm gonna go Tucker Kraft, but I want to see
Did you not
what
say
Chris has to say because
No.
Oh, I thought you said Komet. Okay, yeah.
I know Chris is a big Caleb Williams guy. So
yeah.
I feel like
I
you're going
like
Cole
what
Kmet
Cole
here.
Kmet's done this year. Obviously, I love Caleb, like you said, but I think what Tucker Kraft's done is a little bit more sticky.
Yes.
And like I said,
Yeah.
we have to project here because these are they're interchangeable based on where they are right now. So
Yeah.
I'll vote for Tucker Kraft.
all right,
Moving on to the flex. Do we have any other option other than Monty?
no,
So
DJ
put it up
Moore?
here.
That's
Monty, DJ Moore.
Jaden Reed.
Jaden Reed.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's Jaden
Come on,
Reed.
it's
It's Jaden Reed.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
Jaden Reed. Yeah,
100%.
We were looking at that. Yeah, it's 100%.
It's 100% Jaden Reed.
Yeah.
So
He's been
tough to leave Monty off of this,
Really
given how
tough.
he's played right now.
Really hard.
I'm not gonna
Also,
lie, my vote would have been for Monty over Gibbs. Just
I could agree with that. I feel like
I think-
that guy's amped up, bro.
I'm sticking with Gibbs.
I mean, where are they like right now? Is Monty still ahead of
7?
him?
No.
No, Gibbs
Gibbs
is
is
officially
7.
ahead
Gibbs
of
is
him.
7,
right now,
and
actually.
Monty is 12.
Yeah.
Well, I think I just
Yeah,
like
so we'll
Monty a
go with
lot.
Gibbs. Yeah, we'll go with Gibbs. I just wish we could find. I wish we could find room for Monty on the
Granted,
team.
it was this big week, but I honestly
He's just
look at
been.
it.
I mean,
I look at it like
Great
this:
point- great
Gibbs'
points every
ceiling, and what you need in fantasy football in the end, what we're building is the best possible team. I want Gibbs' ceiling over Monty's.
Yeah,
save
it's
floor.
fair.
Right.
Just like I said, it stinks that we can't find room for
Yeah,
Monty on
crazy.
this team because he's been so freaking great.
Yeah.
You know, but
Shout
all right,
out
so that's our
Montgomery,
team.
man.
So we got Jordan Love at the quarterback. We got Jahmyr Gibbs, Aaron Jones as our running back. The wide receivers, the easiest picks of all time, Jettas and Amon-Ra. Tight end, shout out Mr. Cole Kmet, but it is Tucker Kraft. And then our flex is Jaden Reed.
Yeah.
Nice.
I
Beautiful
like
thing.
it. 3 Packers.
I want that team in fantasy
was cool.
football.
I want us to keep all these teams in mind too, and then eventually after all this, look at them and see
Sure.
which one's the best.
Yeah.
Someone else want to hook
and see where Cole Kmet finishes above Tucker Kraft. What's next?
the
Building
AFC.
the all
AFC.
AFC North fantasy football team. Cool.
You got
No, you
hit,
go.
no.
No. Nope, I'm not
You
doing it.
Hit it,
I'm
Tom.
not being bullied.
Tom, hit
Will
it.
not be bullied.
You're not gonna be bullied. We just
Come
told
on,
you what
hit
it is.
What is it? All value?
Building the all AFC North fantasy football team.
Doesn't sound right, but okay. This is us building the fuck. No.
We're building.
We're building the all AFC North fantasy football team.
Want me to do it?
We're going to build the all AFC North fantasy football team. Okay. So, fuck up.
Let's go.
Fuck up. English is hard, all right?
Where?
All right. So, setup is a typical fantasy football roster: 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, a tight end, and a flex. So,
Skip quarterback. We already know who that is.
yeah, it's Lamar Jackson, and we're going to move on.
It's Russell Wilson. It's Lamar Jackson. Come on.
I was gonna say, I'm like, holy
Had
shit.
me for a second.
Yeah.
Skip RB1 and move on too. Yeah, right. It's Derrick Henry.
Oh,
The
yeah.
RB1 on the year. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Derrick Henry, baby.
This is gross, but our RB2 might have to be Najee Harris, no?
Oh my god, I don't want
If
to do
ever
that.
there is an RB2, it is
Bengals,
Najee Harris.
Browns.
Okay.
I do not want to do it.
I mean, you've
What?
been the preaching for the damn choir.
What did I say, man? Najee Harris. You're not gonna like
The
it.
last
It's gonna
2
be
weeks.
ugly and nasty, but he's an RB2.
It
The
has
last
to be
2 weeks,
Najee. Shout out Chase Brown, but it just has to be Najee.
Has to be
I
Najee.
can't trust one of those Bengal backs to take over Bengal backs.
No, yeah, I wouldn't want to start a Bengal back. Wait, what?
It's cool. Yeah,
It's like a
Bengal
tongue
back.
twister. It's like a
Bengal
tongue
back.
twister. Yeah, no, I wouldn't want to start a Bengal running
All right.
back.
Yeah. So Derrick Henry, Najee, the running backs
Easy.
has to be right.
Yeah.
Wide,
The receivers are
wide receiver
pretty-
1, Jamar Chase is the wide receiver 1. Easy.
I think we double up on the Bengals.
T-Time?
Higgins.
He's been great.
I
bro.
mean, like, it's hard to not.
Zay Flowers.
I'd take T
I'll
over
take
And
T
then-
over Zay.
Steelers and the Browns.
Ooh, I don't know.
I'd
He
take-
has
T
been
over
really
Zay,
good.
man.
He's been great.
T or Zay, man.
T's even out targeting Jamar Chase like since he came back from injury.
He has.
T's been great, bro.
But
Zay's been pretty damn good too, but
Zay had a bad week this week.
Zay
but he's
is
been
above
really
him.
good
We
recently.
do still have a
Yeah.
flex spot to
Well,
talk
he's
about.
above him
if we
because
wanna,
T missed the
Right.
game
Right.
or
Right.
two.
Right.
we
he
do.
missed,
Yeah, we
he
do.
missed
Was it 3?
3 games, I'm pretty sure. Maybe only 2.
Look,
Missed 2.
I'm
First 2.
look, I feel like we should be comfortable putting T Higgins at a wide receiver 2 because there is room at flex.
Yeah, I think Zay Flowers is pretty
think he
easily
walks
going to
into
be
the
our
flex
flex,
spot.
whoever. So
Right.
we could just put it together. So wide receiver 2. Let's do wide receiver 2, Zay Flowers.
So we
George,
split
George
up-
Pickens gets a mention. You know, he's right between. He's right between those. He's right between
No,
them.
he
I'm just
doesn't.
saying.
He's been awful. aside
Pickens,
from
I don't
2
like
games.
taking
Cooked-
Pickens,
He
man.
cooked with Russ. I'm just saying. Scored his first touchdown.
That's
Yeah,
a
but
good
that
point.
shit was like mad fluky. He was like the tip
I'm
ball.
saying throw him out there.
No,
Yeah,
I know. I'm just saying. Like,
Yeah.
I'm
No,
just
but the
saying,
rest
like,
of his catches were big time.
there were a few though. It wasn't just the one, but there were a few like juggled balls that just happened to fall
He's the
into his
contested
hands. I
part.
know.
Oh, God.
So we're going with T. You guys all voted T.
Yeah.
Wait, we're forgetting about somebody.
I think we.
Dude, what about Nick Chubb?
No,
No.
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 I mean, look, all right, he hasn't been in for this whole season yet, but he did have a 10-point performance last week.
No.
On a touchdown that took
Miss me with
5
that.
tries.
Yeah, no.
Miss
And
me
their
with that.
offense
I
is-
feel like you got to let it cook a little bit.
Hey, maybe,
Nah.
maybe
We could
Jameis
revisit
turns it
this,
around,
but like where we're at
We
right
can
now,
revisit this,
where
but
we're at
no
right
shot,
now,
Pete.
we can't put him on the
All right.
team.
Yeah.
absolutely not.
Najee.
We're not even talking
All
about
right,
him,
so
though.
yeah, Najee we got there. Receivers, T. Higgins and Jamar Chase.
Jamar.
The tight end, guys,
He's back.
it's Mark Andrews.
He's back.
I'm so mad I dropped him, bro.
He's back. It has to be.
It's Mark. Isaiah Likely has had 2 good games, and he's still above Mark Andrews for what it's worth. It's either him or Muth, and
Andrews.
it's Andrews.
I can't believe I
It's
dropped
Mark
Mark Andrews.
Andrews.
It's,
Mark
it's
Andrews.
Andrews, bro. 20
can't
points
believe I
this
dropped
week,
Bro,
15 the week before
I'm
that.
trying to tell you, don't drop him. Why would we do that?
It gets worse.
Oh, the Muth has been so
The Muth
consistent.
has been Luth.
Though. He's been
Fully
so
Luth.
consistent.
But Mark is back.
Yeah, he's scoring touchdowns. I guess we gotta go.
I'm
Mark.
going with Mark Andrews.
Oh,
Although the Muth
man.
is Luth.
Muth is Luth.
I don't want to say it, but like we have to go Mark Andrews.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then
we
our
do.
flex would be Zay
Zay
Flowers,
Flowers.
right? Nobody in consideration there.
Nobody in
Cool with it.
consideration there.
All right,
Whole lot of Ravens though on this.
whole lot of
lineup.
Ravens.
Whole
So,
lot of Ravens. This is the Ravens' offense. Is this fantasy team?
yep. So here's the squad. We've got Lamar Jackson at quarterback, Derrick Henry at running back, Derrick Henry at running back, Derrick Henry RB1, Najee Harris RB2, Jamar Chase our wide receiver 1, T. Higgins our wide receiver 2, Mark Andrews at tight end, and Zay Flowers in our flex.
I like it. I wish we could have got.
Is
the
it
Muth
better
on
than the
there.
North?
Not
team,
even
off the top of my head?
close. The
Oh.
NFC, the
The
NFC North
NFC?
clears this team.
Okay.
In my
Yeah.
personal
I couldn't put the numbers together. I mean, quarterback 1, RB1, receiver 1.
Yeah, they clear. It's not close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
NFC North clears. in my
AFC
opinion.
North.
No. NFC North clears this team.
The quarterback 1, the RB1, and the wide receiver
Doesn't
1?
matter. The rest of the team is better.
Is it?
Yes.
Um,
I think I would prefer the RB2.
So the quarterback, the RB1, and the wide receiver 1 go to the AFC. The wide receiver 2 goes to the NFC. So that's 3-1.
I think the discrepancy between the wide receiver 2 and the flex spots, in my personal opinion, is the biggest difference.
T. Higgins and Jaden Reed versus Zay Flowers and
No.
Jaden Reed and who was it?
Zay Flowers. Jaden Reed versus
Yeah.
Zay Flowers in the flex.
Okay.
And Amon
That's
Ross
what I'm
St.
saying,
Brown and T. Higgins. Those are the 2 biggest
Bro.
disparities for me.
But
The
Mark is
biggest,
back.
I don't know, man.
the biggest disparities are
Quarterback.
You're going to
the
say
quarterback and the running back.
NFC North clears.
I don't think.
No?
NFC? No, really? I think it's A.
I think Henry obviously is a better fantasy asset right now. No question. And I think probably for the rest of the season. But Gibbs is in a great offense and
He's not
can
Henry.
score the shit out
Bro,
of the
he's
ball.
they're the quarterback and running back 1, and it's like not really particularly close. I don't think.
I don't know.
here.
I think I would lean the NFC.
Derrick Henry's ahead of the RB2 by 15 points. Lamar is ahead by 10 to Baker Mayfield. But the third is Jaden Daniels with 141. That is almost a 40-point discrepancy. So
What has Jordan Love averaged since coming back? I'm actually curious.
Probably
I don't know what he
18.
averages, but I can give you just the games.
He's been cool.
31, 16, 31, 17, 26, 19. So probably average about 20.
Lamar Jackson's the best player in fantasy football.
Yeah.
I think the rest of the team is better.
I just think there's too much Ravens on one team. Like, that's due to like
think that's a
not
problem.
win. Like
Well, these aren't like actual.
We're not
like-
looking at it like that. But
Mark
I
Andrews
also-
could Mark Andrews could still finish the tight end 3.
I
How are we
also would.
looking at it, though,
I also
bro?
personally would much rather Aaron Jones over Najee Harris, rest of season 2. I
Yeah,
think,
but that's not. To me, that's not.
no, that's not the thing. That
The
splits
only
it.
big difference
think-
is the Amon-Ra T. Higgins thing,
Yeah, I
I
which
think
is
Jaden Reed and Zay
huge.
Flowers is a big difference too.
Jaden Reed's really not been that
He's been
good
lights out for
aside
much of
from
the season,
wide
aside from 1 week.
From week 1. He's been good. Week 1 was great. He hasn't been great all season. I don't feel
Week
like
1 was great. Week 4 was 27.
that's really good.
13, 15, 10.
He's been
That's- yeah.
he's been great.
But I
Like,
know
he's
I'm getting
better
a
than
4
Zay.
and a higher
No,
ceiling.
yeah, he's better than Zay Flowers. But my thing is,
I don't-
like,
I think it's closer than
Zay's
you
4
think.
is 3.
yeah, but again, we have the wide receiver 1, quarterback 1, and running back 1. Like, And
I'm gonna take that.
I mean, I don't even think the wide receiver thing is pretty close either. I think Jamar's pretty clearly the wide receiver one right now, if I'm not mistaken.
No, he's not.
Nah.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, Godwin's out, so yeah, he's ahead by 15 points
That's
to
what I'm
Drake
saying.
London.
He's
Yeah.
pretty clearly.
That's
Should
a full game. Yeah.
Should we do a vote of like?
Well, our vote is
2-2.
2-2.
Yeah.
Oh.
Vikings had a bye week. Did the Bengals have a bye week? That matters.
Not yet.
That matters in total points.
Yeah.
So
Sure.
I mean, but like, who are you taking?
And then
rest of
I'm
the
on
season, Jamar or Jettis?
probably
Fantasy,
Jamar.
Yeah.
But
It's
I
not.
mean,
That's not that big of
then
a
it's still
gap.
close when you have Amon-Ra St. Brown.
No,
Like,
I know.
that's
Amon-Ra's the difference for the NFC North team. But again, the AFC North team has probably the two best fantasy assets in all fantasy football right now. Like,
Yeah.
and it's really not close. I mean, shit, if you have a team with Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry on it, I'd be shocked if you aren't in first place right now in
Yeah,
your league.
for sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you're probably running away with your league, honestly. Most points scored, first place, the whole 9
You
yards.
could have Jamar, Henry, and Chase. Realistically, like it's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, you definitely.
Lamar,
Lamar.
Henry, and Chase.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Lamar.
Lamar,
I got
Henry,
you.
and Chase. Yeah.
That's a
Oh, yeah.
crazy stack.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's
like,
not even
they're
a
just-
stack. That's like a fucking a cheeseburger, bro.
Don't get me wrong.
That's a
These are
hamburger.
both
This
like
close. That's
a
obviously we're
three
building
fucking-
the best team for both divisions, so it's gonna be close. Me personally, like
Yeah.
You want the one in all.
Yeah.
The best of the best. Yeah.
yeah, Lamar and Henry are they've been playing a different sport than everyone else so
Yeah.
far this season. Like it's
That's fair.
so all right. I think that's everything.
That's all she wrote. Yeah.
Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Please be sure to leave a like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, follow us on all of our socials. Shout out Nick, sitting behind the sticks, changing those camera angles, making us look all pretty and shit. Appreciate you, buddy. So much sports going on. Enjoy all of it. And with that,
Ball game.